It's probably the coolest thing that's been added to broadcast in our lifetime has to be Prime. Ooh, I didn't realize they're doing the rivalry jerseys this week, so they're gonna have like all
Ooh,
the.
those are pretty cool.
So I can't remember what the Seahawks are. I guess they'll show them in a second, but they
I
look
hope
really
it's
good in
not
person.
hope it's not those terrible lime green jerseys.
Oh, the color. See, I guess this is their attempt to bring back a color
Yeah,
rush.
this is Color Rush 2.0.
Which Color Rush was just a great era.
I
Yeah, but
really
some of them
liked.
are bad.
The Bears ones were weird because they were just pretty much the Bears jersey, just a navied
Wasn't
out
it
Bears
orange?
jersey. It was all navy.
Oh, really?
The Saints one we still use. That one's pretty cool. I like the Saints.
What was it? Is that the all white?
Yeah, that's the white with like the gold stripes on the shoulder and down the pants.
Yeah, but Prime Vision's so interesting. And this might be a little caveat because
These Cardinal ones are pretty good.
I say
like
huge fan of the Cardinals ones.
Yeah, the speckled paint looks awesome. They remind me of those Oregon
So
uniforms.
clean.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
egg
so
or whatever.
clean.
Eggshell.
The cool part about Amazon and all their broadcast rights is they always get the craziest camera angles.
Yeah, I like the Prime View like over the top.
So this one right here that they do, and it shows all the miles per hour and speed of the running backs. So all this next
So
gen
sick.
like stats and shit.
Yeah, it's so sick.
So they bought some of the broadcast time for the Masters,
Really?
which I just been thinking these last few weeks about it because the news got announced a couple weeks ago. And that every time I watch the Thursday night Prime View and all the different camera angles, I'm just thinking about like what Augusta is going to let them do, if anything, or if they're going to be able to like have some cool golf angles that we haven't really been able to see before. Because I feel like
I'm excited for the next gen golf stats.
yeah, like if they can do like a crazy over the top drone shot, or maybe
Wait,
Bezos
they
get
did
some
it.
speed drones going.
I was about to
Goose,
say,
I
hear
didn't
me
hear
out,
about
Goose.
that deal. What does that deal entail? Do you know? Like, do they get
There's
a day
more.
or
They're going
two?
to get more coverage. Like I don't know. Can you look up the details of the deal? Because I know there's
Yeah,
more.
sure, actually.
Like, cause remember the issue with the Masters right now is there's not that much broadcast time. Like they really just save it for the prime time CBS, Jim Nance, Sunday at the Masters, hello everybody or whatever. And I think that we're gonna actually get broadcasts that we can watch like at 7 a.m. when all the early groups are on.
So this says, starting in 2026, Prime Video will stream an additional 2 hours of first and second round coverage for golf fans each day.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Now hear me out, Goose. What if we got in this Prime View for the Masters? Speaking of these high flying drone shots, we need to figure out a way how to program a drone to follow a ball as it's hit.
Like
that would be incredible.
That'll be
just like
cool. I don't see why it's not possible because these camera operators are so good where they're sitting
like
on
Top Gun Maverick for golf.
I was about to say because they already like if you've ever been to a professional golf tournament, they have the camera towers and there's guys that'll sit up there for like 6 hours and they're so good at being able to get shots and track the ball that why can't one of them operate a high speed drone? I don't see how that's not possible. Kyler just made a good little scramble for a couple yards there.
So how the Ryder Cup works? Does it start? It starts Friday.
Friday, I think 4-ball is tomorrow. Let me take a look.
I think it says Friday's morning session with the first match expected to start at 7:10.
7:10. So I guess the opening.
And
we'll do the
match one is Bryson DeChambeau and Justin Thomas versus John Rahm and Tyrell Hatton.
Yeah, it's foursome 4-ball. I believe how it works is the best score from each hole wins, or it's combined. I can't remember. Now I'm blanking out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Blanca. Is it best score from each hole, or is it combined?
And look it up here.
I have no idea.
I used to know, to be honest. My dad loves this, but
regardless, it looks like they did a great job kind of setting up.
The Seahawks are just wearing normal uniforms.
Huh.
They're just wearing the regular home jersey with the gray pants.
That's annoying.
It's kind of odd. I feel like you got to wear them.
I mean, they're division rivals
together.
But first match, yeah, DeChambeau, JT, Rahm, Hatton. Someone's gonna get shot in that matchup. Like Hatton's a hothead, Wildcat. He's the type of golfer that'll yell at his ball and like kick his clubs around. Like he's a hothead kind of golfer, and so is John Rahm too. And it'll be a little bit interesting for these two live players, live teammates, to kind of go back into this intense environment that they only get a couple times a year at a major event.
All right, so here's how the scoring goes. So during the first 2 days, this is on the RyderCup.com. During the first 2 days, the players compete as pairs in two different formats: foursomes and four balls. At four balls, every player plays their own ball, and whoever scores the lowest individual score wins the hole. If the two lowest scores are the same, then the hole is tied. In foursomes, players alternate shots. Again, the lowest
Okay, so
score
it's alternate
wins
shots.
the hole, and if the scores are the same, then the hole is tied. And then Sunday sees 12 single matches take place where players go directly head to head. Just like foursomes and four balls, the lowest score wins the hole. And if the scores are the same, then the hole is tied.
Yeah, so the matchups are DeChambeau Thomas against Rahm Hatton, Scheffler and Henley against Aberg and Fitzpatrick, and then Morikawa and Harris English against Rory and Tommy Fleetwood. Which,
Go Colin.
Nice.
going through these matchups, I think, and there's Xander Schauffele and Cantlay, and then McIntyre and Hovland. I really like us in three. Depending on how Russell Henley comes out, who's been in great form on tour this year, I think DeChambeau and Thomas, that's going to be the toughest match because John Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton are teammates on Live, and I guess they got a lot of time. They got a lot of time practicing together,
There's
but
a lot of fun matchups. You know,
a
Rory and
lot of
Tommy Fleetwood are pretty good friends, so that would be fun to
That'll be
watch.
fun.
yeah, and the way that's so they're playing at Bethpage Black, which is historically the hardest course in the country. But on Twitter this week, so what you want to do for match plays, you want to make stuff gettable. You want to have these pros going for hard shots. You want eagles and birdies in match play. You don't want them to play like Oakmont at the U.S. Open, where like an even score is going to win.
Yeah. You want some
So
crazy shit
on
to
Twitter
happen.
this whole week, there's been pictures where they've cut down the whole rough and like they've been showing warm up shots, and DeChambeau's going for the green on one. So it's going to be an electric type of event, especially that first tee time where DeChambeau's probably going to hit first on those odd holes so he can go for those drivable greens. I'm just so excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm just excited to wake up and throw some golf on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
We
fun.
haven't had meaningful golf since July.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it'll
I'm
be
gonna be
nice.
honest. I'm a little out of my depth in it, but something about just waking up, putting it on, and just
Golf or not, there's a U.S. national team playing that just
100%. You gotta support them.
you got to support. My one issue is I'd love to have Cam Young out there on the on the on the alternate shot grouping, just because people talk about Bryson DeChambeau having distance, which he definitely does, and he hits longer than Cam Young, but Cam Young has like the highest ball speed on the PGA Tour, and he hits the ball a country mile. Leaving him out of an alternate shot where you're supposed to be going for those crazy shots, it's kind of a hindrance, but I'm trusting our captain and Captain Keegan in what he's got cooking up. But
Yeah. I'm just gonna say what I say about every tournament. We gotta find a way to get.
him and Phil have been very vocal on Twitter, just kind of talking about the Ryder Cup, just because they're
It's kind of sick. I've seen
winners.
it.
It's pretty awesome. All the camaraderie of the American golfers is very.
Home field advantage has been huge in the Ryder Cup. The host has claimed 5 straight Ryder Cups, so Europe is trying to
Yeah, we
break
got
that this
bitched
year.
out in Italy last year or 2
Yeah,
years ago. But no,
in
I'm very
2020.
excited to wake up and watch golf.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That's
Yeah,
all I got.
it's in New York. Do you know where the course is?
Bethpage,
Bethpage Black. Yeah, Bethpage.
Farmingdale,
Black.
New York. I don't know exactly where that is. I
Post
imagine it's
that.
upstate, a couple hours north
That's
of
a
this.
tongue twister. Bethpage Black. Bethpage Black.
I think there's a Bethpage Black, a yellow. I don't know how many other courses there are, but there are a couple there, and they're public. You can actually go play them. It's really hard to get a black tee time unless you live in the county. And then even then, like you got to camp out like the day before. and like go at 5 a.m. to get a ticket to get a chance at a tee time.
That's
So
just
definitely
funny.
a bucket list experience thing.
And then also just to throw us in there when it comes to scoring, the first team to get 14.5 points wins the Ryder Cup. For people that don't know. And then if the competition ends in a tie, in a 14-14 tie, because it's 28 matches worth 1 point, the team that won the previous Ryder Cup retains the trophy.
Wow, and it's
Seattle just got
it's just a
stuffed.
wash. It's just called as a wash, and they just kind of hold it.
Yeah, which is interesting. I did not know that.
I did not know that either. How many times does that happen?
Put Blanca through the ringer 10 minutes in.
10 minutes in. Hey, Blanca, look this up.
We're cutting no slack today.
Mets up 3-0.
There's been 2 ties in Ryder Cup history. The first in 1969 at Royal Birkdale, where the USA tied Great Britain, and the second was 1989 in Belfry, where the U.S. and Europe tied.
Very excited for tomorrow morning. That's about all I can say about the Ryder Cup. I'm just very excited.
In 1969, the USA kept the cup, and then in 1989, Europe retained the cup.
Let's get it back across the pond this year.
Yeah, let's get it
tomorrow.
Yeah, they got the 2 best players in golf. I mean, they got DeChambeau and they got Scotty. So let's hope they got it. I think they got it. What are the bets for this? Let's look at the bets.
I really haven't looked at any of the lines. Betting on golf is scary for me outside of like betting on a random outright winner for a major championship. So when it comes to the match play stuff,
the Ryder Cup though is so fun to bet on. We're favored by 150 as the winner. We're favored 146 to lift the trophy, which is so you can bet a tie. So you just can put to lift the trophy, which is interesting. You can bet a tie plus 1,200 to be the. You can bet on the top combined point scores. Scotty's the favorite now, plus 380. Rory's behind them at plus 800.
Interesting.
You can bet on top rookie because there's rookie. You can bet on top live golf scores. This is also all on FanDuel. So,
shout out fan.
If you're in a legal state, definitely bet on this. This is fun.
No paid sponsorships though. Pay us.
All right, let's get into some football.
You want to do Saturday or Sunday first?
I mean, I think I know this game's already started, but there's a couple things going on in this game. We finally get a Trey Benson football game.
The Darnell.
The Cardinals need to win this football game for their season purposes, I think.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, 100%.
And I know it's still early, but Marv needs to get going this game. And I don't know. I think this is a gut check game for the Cardinals. You know, they haven't necessarily played anyone real yet. You know, week 1, what was it? The Saints.
Yeah.
Week 2 was
the Saints close. Less than a touchdown. It was like a 3 or 4 point game. Saints dropped the winning touchdown. Just throwing that out.
Yeah, was it Juwan Johnson?
Yeah, it was.
They lost to a last-second field goal to the 49ers.
That's what it was.
Did.
And then
16-15.
Almost lost to the Panthers, right?
They beat the Panthers 2-1. They beat the Panthers and they beat the Saints. They lost to the 49ers 16-15.
But close games against 2 bad teams.
And they just threw a pick.
Ooh,
well, that's what they need right there. They need him.
If you're watching,
he fumbled it though. He fumbled it though.
He was down. He was down.
Yeah.
If you're watching the Prime View, that I don't know what Kyler was seeing there, which kind of like leads into my next point. Is Kyler Murray a starting quarterback in the NFL next year?
Next year? I mean, I'm sure that you can find a team that would take a Kyler.
I don't even think he wants it anymore. I think he wants to stay at home, eat ice cream, and play Call of Duty.
He might.
I generally think that. There's no way he fumbled this.
Trey Benson recovered it?
That's because his own player hit him down.
Yeah. The Prime View just shows that Kyler Murray is throwing to absolutely no one on that play. You think he just can't see over the line? And he just is trying
to be it.
Someone's over there. Hopefully Marv's over there or Michael Wilson.
He's basing it purely off of route progression and just knowing the play, not offside.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think of Kyler Murray. They signed him for a lot of money a couple of years ago.
Kyler Murray started off good. He made a couple Pro Bowls. And
borderline MVP candidate one year.
Yeah, I mean, he won Rookie of the Year also. But he's just never been that guy to step up and win a game. He's never really had a good record at all in his career.
Not at all.
2021, he had a 9-5 record.
But that was it.
What's interesting is he went into college undefeated in high school.
But
He's like
yeah,
the greatest Texas high
going
school
into
football
Oklahoma.
player ever. And I think he started at A&M, and then he lost his job to, I can't remember. He was in a QB battle with who? Was it like Kenny Hill or something
Kellen
like that?
Mond.
Was it Kellen Mond? Maybe, I think Kellen Mond came after.
Oh, who was before him?
Blanking on who was before. I mean, it was Trevor Knight.
All I could think of was Trevor Knight.
Shout out Trevor Knight. His dad was
Andy
my dentist for a
Barkatard.
little bit. Or stepdad was my dentist.
Trevor Knight. I remember being a kid feeling like Trevor Knight was in college football for like forever.
He was. Remember, he beat Bama in the Sugar Bowl and was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
By the way, the QB battle was with Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen.
Allen.
Wow. And he ended up at Houston. That's
He did.
crazy.
That's awesome. Thanks, Blanca.
Should we talk college or go into Sunday?
I think since we're already talking NFL, let's just keep doing it.
Yeah,
And
we
the
might
only
as
thing
well.
this
Let's
game,
get some
we covered a
picks
lot
going.
we covered a lot of Cardinals talk. The only thing this game for the Seahawks is just make sure that offense keeps rolling.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to see Njigba just get. I just want to have like a fun
just keep
game
being
for
himself.
him.
Just keep
Njigba
being
go
himself.
crazy. I'd love to see Cooper Cup go crazy.
Yeah.
Cooper
Cup's always open in the midfield. Just always open in the midfield every time.
This is also a big win for the Seahawks too, because they actually have a harder schedule than the Cardinals coming up.
Yeah,
they do.
And they need it. They're a team that I feel like needs to start out fast and get some wins early if they want to win the NFC West with Sam Darnold and their weapons.
definitely.
I really like their run game.
Good tandem in the backfield. I'd like to see Sharp get a little more efficient with his carries because they're getting like about equal carries when they're both playing. It just seems like Sharp isn't efficient. Yeah,
And the defense is really good. And at first, I didn't like the coaching hire, but I really like their head coach.
I like their head coach. That defensive line is really good.
Oh, look at Benson.
Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald has
Mike McDonald. Not to be confused with the Doobie Brothers lead man, but
he used to be the Ravens defense coordinator.
Oh, that's a good pickup. Maybe that's where the Ravens defensive issues are coming from. This year is it?
That could be true. Wow, that could be true.
We were talking about last episode about the Ravens defense is just not playing like a Ravens defense this year.
No. What do we?
You want to start off with the game in Dublin?
I was about to say 8:30 Sunday morning.
8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern.
Steelers, Vikings. You got A-Rod overseas
versus Carson Wentz.
Is it a home game for Carson Wentz then?
Yeah, basically.
A leprechaun in Ireland playing in Dublin.
That's awesome.
I mean, he
playing
did look
for his
bad
home team in Minnesota. He grew up a Vikings fan.
Did he really?
He did. Yeah.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. He just had to game manage last week. The defense just scored like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and he was just in game management mode. And he played fine. Yeah. He played great. What does he do against the Steelers defense this year? It seems to me that the Steelers defense is not the same black curtain that we're used to.
It appears not to be.
It is not the same defense.
Justin Fields ran all over him.
It is definitely not.
I still think Pittsburgh is going to pull this one off, personally. You know why, Goose? Arthur
Smith. You saying it's a Kenneth Gainwell game?
It might be a Kenneth Gainwell. We might see Darnell under center. I don't know.
Pittsburgh can't run the ball offensively, and then defensively, they're 7th worst rusher when it comes to yards.
I was about to say they're
let up 418.
And I mean, you're also going in there with Jordan Mason coming off a hot week too. I mean, you have to imagine he's probably going to continue what he did last week.
Pittsburgh has only ran 189 yards on the ground this year in 3 games.
It's because they're not giving. It's because Arthur Smith ball, man.
They're not giving run the football. This Vikings team to win football games. The issue is that it's one of the best defenses in the league, and they're going to send a lot of like those crazy Brian Flores, disguised pressures and looks.
Something tells me Brian Flores can pick apart some Arthur Smith ball.
Yeah, versus one of the worst offensive teams.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers. He can make all the throws.
No, he's old.
He can't move around. Really,
he can't move around the pocket. It's just not happening. It's one of the best defenses in the league. It's one of the worst offenses in the league. And I think Carson Wentz can manage this game where it's.
I think it'll be a close game just because it's overseas. It'll be a little
I
weird.
also really think
Yeah, you're right about that. You get the
I think it'll be a
turbulence.
big game management game from Carson. I'm expecting to see a lot of Jordan Mason.
Yeah, I think there could be some more points than you'd expect from given up by the Vikings. But at the end, like I think they'll still pull out like a 3 point, like a 3 or 6 point win, just because it is the NFL.
It's the first ever game in Dublin too.
Is it? No, yeah, it's been college that's been in Dublin. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Shout out Kansas State.
I think Navy and Notre Dame were the first Dublin college game, but I double check that.
And then we
I know
go
Notre
to
Dame.
Atlanta, Falcons, Commanders.
Is is Mariota still playing? Because if so,
Yes.
this is a revenge game.
It's another Mariota revenge game.
Sorry,
Back-to-back
just to throw
revenge.
this out here. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to correct myself. The first college football game in Ireland was in Dublin. 1988, Boston College defeated Army.
Huh. Defeated Ireland?
Defeated Army.
Yeah, they beat Ireland, the country.
No, we got it's also a Dan Quinn revenge game.
It is the Dan Quinn revenge game. Wow. Last time he was in Atlanta, he was picking his nose in the press box, right?
Something like that.
I think that was
That was Jaden Daniels' plan because supposedly he said it's up to the doctors, not his decision. But
no, I think it's
Must have been
Mariota.
You're not gonna. I think if you're the Commanders, you don't rush back your young
Franchise
offensive
QB.
rookie of the year quarterback.
he did practice today, but he was limited.
You know, the last time they rushed their offensive rookie of the year dual threat quarterback back
You're
from
making me
injury,
sad.
it was not very good. So maybe they learned to not do that. And just, the Falcons are not a good team. I don't
Michael
think.
Pennis.
I've been watching a lot of threads of their all 22 and how people are breaking down how the offense isn't really helpful for his development either, where it keeps him flat-footed. They run a lot of this pistol offense that kind of makes it to where he's flat-footed in the pocket and he's not doing a clean drop. And that is also messing up their run game. And, if you can't run the football, you can't open up your offense. So it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of shift away from the heavily pistol looks and try to go under center,
I think a little different with Atlanta, to be honest. I don't know what happened last week. I was at the Eagles game, did not watch because that was very embarrassing. I was shocked looking at the scoreboard. But they beat up a good Vikings defense, beat them pretty good the week before. And then you could argue the first week they should have won that game.
Well, their offense was barely scored touchdowns against that.
They have one of the best rushing games in the league.
Not last week.
Not out of this pistol.
They're
They
still
need
in
to
the
go
top
under
10.
center if they want to run this football.
It's still in the top 10 in yards, rushing the ball.
I see Washington winning this, man.
I do see Washington winning this.
Their secondary is pretty underrated, too. I think that's going to be a problem for Michael Pennis.
Yeah. I think Bobby Wagner's been playing some elite football at his age, and I think just having a veteran defensive presence like that against a young quarterback that's started. The team won. He had a good week one, but these last 2 weeks he hasn't looked the best. I think the Commanders should handle this fine.
Especially if Jaden Daniels plays and they're rushing in versus a bad rush defense. Yeah, they probably should be fine.
Yeah,
but don't count the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a little better than what people say after just last week. I mean, last week was embarrassing, but we'll see.
Saints Bills, pretty self-explanatory. Sorry,
yeah, Wildcat. We should probably get destroyed. That's all I got.
I mean, probably right now they're the best team in the league, arguably. I mean, probably it's them or the Ravens, I would think, and the Ravens are 1-2, so you can't even put them. But
yeah, it's at both.
But what do we want to see from the Rattlers? Because that's all that matters.
I just want to see I don't know, productive plays. I just don't want him to be the reason we.
Yeah, that's about all you want.
Yeah, just don't want him to be the reason why.
Yeah, that's a quick game to cover. Honestly, there's not much to talk about there.
I'll probably spend the same amount of time on it when we come
Buffalo's
back.
minus 15.5. Very disrespectful at home.
Yeah,
and good amount of injuries. It seems like for both teams. Ed Oliver's questionable. Matt Milano's questionable.
James Cook might have like 150 rushing yards,
Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
the entire Seattle secondary was questioned.
It's supposed to be 73 and partly cloudy. It says on AccuWeather. I know which part.
That's not bad. That stadium just gets rocking. We're gonna get destroyed. I'm not gonna spend much time on it, and I'll probably spend the same amount of time on it whenever we come back next week. God forbid a miracle.
Now, what happens
Don't
when
even
an
talk.
unstoppable force hits an immovable object?
Talking about Detroit, Cleveland.
The Detroit Lions have an unstoppable offense right now.
That's right.
The Cleveland Browns might be that immovable object. This game is going to be really low scoring, just like every Cleveland Browns game, aside from the Ravens, I think.
If
Unless
Joe
you're the
Flacco
Baltimore
can get
Ravens.
this team 2 touchdowns, they might win.
Yeah, genuinely. I
hope they play like this all year. That would be awesome.
It's like NFL haram ball.
Ooh, it is like NFL haram.
And that duo is back, by the way. That running back duo, that's a key part of their offense, and they are back these last 2 games. They are here.
As much as it pains me to say, Q-Dog looked good.
I think when you have Montgomery and Gibbs going at it like they have been the last couple of years, I mean, alongside with Jared Goff and those weapons, you got a lot with that offense. I don't expect them to lose a lot of games.
Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St.
I just think the Browns have a crazy ability to just swallow teams up in that front 7. Keep Jared Goff uncomfortable. It might
Myles
be,
Garrett's a different breed.
I'm not going to say that they're going to win, but 9.5 is a lot of points in the NFL, and Browns defense is pretty stout, and they'll slow this game down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit gets a
cover.
little too cute and the Browns kind of catch up.
The Browns defense has let up the least yards in the league so far.
Immovable object.
613.
Movable object.
So, I mean,
like that.
Did Cleveland do a little shutting down this weekend against Detroit? Maybe a little. I don't think so, but it's minus 9.5. So, again, if you're a better, I mean, that's a lot of points for this type of defense. I know Joe Flacco's in there, but Joe Flacco at least gives them a shot than what the other 2 would.
Touchdown Seahawks.
So what a throw by Darnold. Just perfect.
Darnell. That tight end's been pretty good. I'll tell you what, he was pretty good last week.
Darnold's also a perfect example. Speaking of Sam Darnold, just a perfect example of you just give these quarterbacks some time. That's why it's good that Jackson Dart's getting next experience. We can get more into the Jackson Dart thing later, but
yeah, no, Darnold is I love everything about his game now. I really do.
Give these guys time.
Yeah, it just shows what you can do with time, like you said, and being around a competent organization like the Vikings and Seahawks, as me and Goose touched on.
Exactly. It's the hardest position in the sport, probably, because you need to know all these formations.
You need to be incredibly intelligent, know everything.
You need to be the sheriff on the field, basically, and give these guys time.
Yeah, Cubs are getting mollywopped, right?
Yeah, it's 6-0 in the Mets-Cubs game.
You got Patriots-Panthers.
Patriots-Panthers, that should be a fun young QB duel.
I think it should be high scoring.
I think it would be, yeah. I'm just excited to watch Braves on the sideline. I'm just excited to watch Braves.
Oh, I forgot.
Bryce Young, Drake May.
That'll be a fun one.
You know who's leading the team in sacks for the Panthers right now?
Who is?
Princely Umanyeli.
Oh, where did he go to college?
He's got a sack on the Panthers. How about that?
That's pretty sweet. Hell yeah. I love that.
Now, Carolina's got injuries on their offense. Leggett, Hubbard, and McMillan are all questionable.
Yeah, Leggett's questionable.
It's in New England. I really wonder when Christian Gonzalez is going to come back for New England. That would really help New England's defense.
Because he can play that, he's that, it's not like they're playing Matt Patricia ball anymore, but, he's that typical, that New England cornerback that you put on an island and then you run the rest of the defense.
Yeah, exactly. He's very trustworthy.
Yeah, they have one every year. Year. It's so sick.
I think Patriots win. I like Drake May. Drake May's been
especially if
great football.
Yeah, I like Drake May. I like it. I think if Chuba Hubbard stays out, that's a big blow to the Panthers. But I like New England here. I like their defense a little more than Carolina, despite what Carolina did last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like New England here a lot too. I really do. I also think Drake May is good, and I think he did well with the targets he's got. And the running game's got to wake up though.
And
It
then we
does have
got
to
the
wake up.
Jackson Dart. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just agreeing with Blanca. We do have the Jackson Dart game. Go ahead.
Which might be the worst. I mean, you just throw him in against the hot Chargers team in LA. Is it
I
in
still
LA?
think
No, it's in New York. It's in New York.
it's in New York. You can't throw him to the like you have the choice with this guy who's a rookie QB that is being hailed by your fan base and the organization itself believes in. You can't just throw him into the fire. I mean, that's a pretty hostile fan base as well.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine if he does bad. I mean, there are. I'm not gonna say there aren't any sane Giants fans, but if he does too bad and you throw him into the Chargers immediately, I mean, you know what that does to a young guy's confidence? It's just I don't know.
That's the thing. I don't mind them throwing him in, but you got to make sure his confidence stays up if you're going to throw him
Yeah,
in. I get you guys are 0
I don't think he
3.
cares. I think he's in the right mindset of it himself.
Get his experience up. Get me because these games are basically meaningless now for the New York Giants.
it's
So
just
get
not
his
the
snaps up
organization.
maybe a little bit, but you cannot let his confidence get down because that will not be good for the
I'm
future.
just so excited to see him sling the rock again.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm gonna watch the game, but I'm nervous for him. I want him to do well. That being said, I'm taking the Chargers.
I mean, he
Yeah, I
said it
think
himself. He
so.
said, I don't really feel pressure. I feel like pressure is given to those who play at a high level, and the best players in the world are the ones that are kind of involved with that word pressure. My
Yeah,
Now
focus
that
listen.
sucks. Pressure makes time.
is just trying to win one game at a time.
Now listen. That's the perfect attitude to have. And the
That's the
Giants are a
difference.
team with a high money line. Like they might be an underdog of the week just because this defense at home. You could have high risk, high reward with Dart starting week 4. I think the Giants can maybe sneak a
I
win
don't
here.
think it's that high of a
They're 0
risk.
3.
Dart,
Yeah, I don't think it's
go
impossible
back to
to
his
come out
preseason tape. I was
with a
watching
win.
some of it this morning. Before the season, it looked like he was the best quarterback on that
Yeah, he
roster.
was great.
And
He did.
their staff keeps saying he's awesome in practice every day. Like, they keep saying he's the guy. So,
I
it'll be
mean, if he treats him
It's
anyway,
just week 4. That's all.
awesome.
it's week 4, but he's got a lot of experience. He's got 5 years in college, pretty much playing against some elite defenses. I'm
No
not
more
saying
clap
that
around here.
no more clap around here. That'll be exciting to hear his cadence.
I'm
Get to hear a
stoked.
little Dart cadence for the first time.
We'll see. I think it's funny starting, and again, I think the Giants' defense is scary. They
Yeah,
they
not
got
possible
they
they
got
come
us.
out with a win, but it's hard for me not to see Herbie get another dub here. Herbie and Harbaugh,
Yeah.
the double H. You know what's
Big
next?
game in Tampa Bay.
Huge game in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, if everything goes well, I will be in attendance there for the Birds traveling down south. We'll be flapping our wings down there. If I get on the plane, I got a little real ID problem going on, but we're gonna figure that out.
Just bring your
Okay.
passport.
My passport is a picture of 12-year-old me, and it's not renewed, so we'll figure it out. I mean, they're gonna have to drag me off the plane if I don't get on, so I think we'll be fine now. But big game. The Eagles, they have in this era, they're 1-4 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's owned them. Tampa Bay's owned them since the 2000s, and it's very hot for them. He was a big problem for the Birds last year. They lost. Granted, they were with it out AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, a lot of their targets, but still they
Check the weather in Tampa Bay.
lost. It's a better Tampa Bay team, I think, than last year, even though they
Much
were good
better.
last year.
Let's see.
It's
It might be raining.
Yeah, I saw it might be raining. That would be great for the Birds.
Yeah,
That
that
would
would
be
be
a
really.
Bird's best scenario is raining, but let's see how they call.
And for me too, because I don't do well in the sun while drunk.
Let's see how they call the tush push this week. Bird's been in a lot of one possession games this year.
You know who's the
Yeah.
king of one possession game?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. Don't leave him too much time this week.
We'll see. This will be a classic Eagles loss, but traveling down to Tampa in September. But I just think overall they have more talent. I do, but we'll see. I think the offense has to look like how they did in the second half last week for 4 quarters, and then we can
Yeah, the
start
offense can't
talking.
rely on one questionable play that gives them free plays, free chances,
No, they
especially.
got to take plays downfield, and they got to make big electric plays and really get everyone involved somehow.
Yeah, because outside of
They
one
have the
half of
talent.
football, this team should have 2 losses.
I will say the Eagles with AJ Brown, though, I think I saw a stat. They're 1-0 with AJ Brown against
against
Tampa.
the Bucs.
Yeah.
He
I don't
played
even know.
awesome second half
I
last
feel
week.
like the Bucks are going to steal this game. It just feels
I
like
also feel
each
like the
week
Bucs are going
the
to steal this game.
Eagles are sneaking it out.
I think
And
the Eagles are due to beat Tampa Bay. I think they're both 3-0, and I think the Birds are a better team overall. I think the defensive line shreds them, goes after them, and I think on both sides of the ball, the Eagles have it this week. So I think it's going
I
to be
think
close. I think Birds win, especially if it rains.
I think the Eagles are the more talented team, 100%. It's hard to play in Tampa Bay when they're really good.
How many yards does Jalen Hurts have to throw for to win this game?
To win this
220.
game,
220.
yeah, I would say around like
They're going to
225 to
blitz him a
240.
lot.
Yeah,
They always game plan against Hurts very well. You got to give Todd Bowles credit.
Todd Bowles, yeah.
I mean, if best scenario for you, Blanca, this rains. I think if it does rain, like they're saying, the Birds will dominate. But if it's not, we get clear sunny skies in Tampa. I think this could be high flying, and you don't want the ball in Baker's hands with 2 minutes left.
Well, they don't want the ball in Jalen's hands with 2 minutes left.
Outside of,
I
one
guess we'll
half of
find out
football, he
Sunday.
hasn't been able to throw a football downfield.
I mean, if the Eagles
He's
keep
proven
up,
that he can throw the ball downfield. I think in the beginning of the year it's been a little quiet, but he proved also last week in the comeback. I mean, they
I
were
hope he keeps
down
it up.
26-7 and they came back and won that game. Say what you want about the blocks, but they stepped up. They had better play calling. They got AJ the ball. They got Devontae the ball, and they scored. And they scored on fourth and goal, clutch to
But
win
they
the
don't get a
game.
touchdown in the first
Fourth and
half without
goal.
a missed false start in a 1-possession game.
I
That missed false
disagree.
start is
I mean,
crazy.
offside. I mean, the false starts, offsides is a
False
chaotic
start on a
play.
4th and
It's a
goal
chaotic.
on the
It's a
red
chaotic
zone.
play.
It's kind of a big deal in a
It's just
1-possession
such a
game.
I don't. I just disagree. I just
I mean,
disagree
you
on that
disagree
point
because your
because there's
team's.
offsides too. There's offsides either way, and at the end of the day, they're gonna. It's a chaotic play.
Yeah, it's a chaotic play. If they can't officiate it right, it shouldn't exist.
I mean, they called
Disagree.
like 5 other ones false starts the rest of
I
the
get a
game
lot of false starts
or
called on
the
this
game.
They're not gonna find everyone. I mean, they aren't.
Well, they found
It's
all of
such
them
a
except for
No,
jumbled
one.
mess.
and I'm not
There's
saying
also
they're gonna.
offsides that you're talking about that they missed too, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but it's so
It's just something to
blatantly
watch.
obvious with this play how many missed calls there are. That
Definitely something to watch.
like yeah, there's missed calls throughout football games where it's like, oh, you missed the hold here. But it seems like every time this play is called, there is a missed call on either side of the ball, and it's an issue, and it's messing up the fucking game of football. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't
And
like
I
the play.
you
I
disagree
like the
because your
play.
team's 3-0.
I disagree because I like the play.
Because your team's 3.
There we have.
And my team is Super Bowl ring, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but
This
how do you
team
feel about the Chiefs' left tackle jumps? You know,
Dude, I don't disagree. The false start's annoying, and if I was an Eagles fan, I'd be annoyed by it too. But at the end of the day, the play is legal. There's penalties on both sides of the ball that people miss, and people can't stop it. So you can't fault them for running it. They voted on it. It's
well, you
still
can't
allowed.
stop a play that's like it's hard to stop a play when there's a consistent jump. About once a week, there's a clip of a jump.
I think it's been every week so far this season.
Yeah,
Every week
every week
so
has
far
been a
this
one
season,
possession
so
game, and
they'll
you
be
run this
ready
play
for
on
it.
4th down. You know,
I hope they will.
it's
To
a
your credit,
pivotal.
Blanca, I hope they will be ready for it. If
And Shane,
I
I don't
don't
know what
care.
you're
I
so
just want to
mad
start
about. They didn't
officiating.
call it. They didn't call it. So I don't know what you. I don't know.
It's just an issue to keep bringing up because it's like, these are all one possession games. It's not like they're blowing them out. So to just like brush it off, be like, yeah, like, but he was airing it out to AJ and all this stuff where it's like none of that shit matters if they don't get if they call a false start on a 4th down in the first half.
I could say so many stuff about it, so many penalties. So it's like you could say here, there, blah.
Yeah,
blah.
but it's consistently this play every
It's week.
single
It
week
was.
for
It's
the
only been
last 2
3 weeks.
weeks.
For
For
the
the
last
last
2
2
weeks.
years.
For the last 2 weeks, it has.
Well, no, if it was just for the last 2 weeks, it wouldn't have been a talking point of banning the play during this offseason.
I mean, people don't like to play because they couldn't stop it. There was no their whole thing last
People
year
couldn't
when they brought
stop
it up was about injuries. And
like
people tried it. It wasn't
people
about
couldn't
fault.
stop the Jet X Chip Wasp play
There wasn't a
in
lot of
Kansas
false
City,
starts
but they
last year
weren't
on it.
calling for it to be banned. This is a lot different. You know, there's a difference between like a play being very good and not being able to stop it, and a play being very good. And part of the reason why you can't stop it is because there's constant offsides jumping, or the center's lined up over the ball, or X, Y,
I
Z.
don't think it's constant. I think these last 2 weeks there
If it
has been.
wasn't constant, then it wouldn't be a talking point in off-season league
Wasn't
meetings.
It
there
really
a
wasn't a
referee
talking
meeting
point
off
throughout the.
season on how
The
to
Then
talking
why
fix
was
point was
there an owner
injuries. The
vote
talking
on
point was there being injuries. That's what they brought
it?
to
It
the
was
table.
injuries, and it was difficulty of officiating the play.
They did talk about how difficult it was to
Well, they
officiate.
voted. They voted on it. So I don't know what you're sitting here complaining
They did
about.
vote on it. They did.
They did vote on it,
Yeah.
and the league also
So
said they
stop
would.
it now.
Well,
Stop it.
because
It's
they
an
That's
did
what I'm
vote
saying.
offense.
on
We
it.
gotta talk about it.
They did vote on it. The league said they would start calling it. There's 3 weeks of blatant missed calls. Like, what's going on? The team is 3-0 in all of these one possession games with blatant missed calls on this questionable play that's been questioned the last 2 years. So yeah, I'm going to be pissed off about it. You know, like it's
Hey,
the
cry
game of
about it
football.
somewhere
It's the
else, because
sanctity of
cry
the
about it
game.
somewhere else, and we'll see you Black
Yeah, it's
Friday.
just typical
Be ready to
Birds fan
stop at
who's
Black
scared
Friday.
of fact, who can't deal with fact.
It's not scared of a fact.
You're
The
scared
fact
of
is you guys
fact. Your
can't
team's
stop it.
jumping
You try to
offsides.
ban
Your
it.
center's
You
lined up
tried to ban it
offsides. Your
because you
right
didn't want to
guard's lined
stop
up
it.
offsides. It's
Also
not about wanting to
offsides.
stop
It's
it. It's
both
about just
ways.
running the
It's
play and
both
playing the
ways.
game of football
Stop the
correctly.
game. That's your opinion that it's not correctly. This is old school
It's
football,
not
big dog. We're the
old school
Birds.
It's
football is
not an
jumping
We
off
opinion.
are. We
It's
sides.
run.
not an
We run the
opinion.
ball down
Blanca,
your
is
throat.
old school
And if
football
you don't
just
like a
jumping off
play,
sides
are you
then?
gonna let me
I mean,
talk? Are you
this
gonna
is
let me talk?
you're saying old school football is jumping off
Not,
sides, the
dude.
center
No, I'm
lining up
not.
off
No, I'm not. I'm
sides.
saying it's a
Then what
fucking.
is
We
old
play in the
school football?
trenches. We
Yeah,
play
I
in the
agree.
trenches.
Play in the
Our
trenches.
issues with the
Follow the rules of
officiating.
football.
The fact that this play gets you this mad just proves the whole point of the fucking of the
You,
argument.
it's
It's
the
getting you this mad. It gets other teams this mad. But
yeah
then they had a
because
chance
it's
to vote against it and
blatantly
they did not.
offsides because there are blatant
I didn't
missed
get the
calls
chance
on.
to vote against it.
Yeah, I didn't vote. I didn't like you saying like
I didn't
oh
vote for it.
like yeah I'm gonna be pissed off the same way
Football
that
guys
the
did.
Chiefs win football games and you watch their left tackle jump off sides for the last 4 years.
It
You know,
sucks.
like yeah, it's retarded. It sucks. It's not the correct way
I
to
think
win
part of
football
that though
games.
is people just get mad because they're winning. I think people are sick of the Eagles winning.
I'd have no issue with them. They won a lot of football games before this, before the tush push
Before
was an
what?
issue. You went to a Super Bowl
No.
without the tush push,
No,
and
the
people
tush
weren't
push
hating on
took
the
place in
Eagles.
2022 for the first time.
We
Exactly.
won a
Nick
Super Bowl
Foles,
before
you went
that.
to a Super Bowl without the tush push.
That was in
People weren't the
17.
issue. Yeah,
That
but
was a
We
whole
still
we're
won.
different
talking.
team.
But he
Yeah,
did it
And
before
they
that.
stunk for years before that though.
yeah, and they weren't jumping off
Before
sides on
I'm
a
saying
tush push.
after
The
Foles and
issue is
before
that
Foles.
we're not. This is
I think it wouldn't be a problem if the Birds weren't winning. People
you
wouldn't
wouldn't be
fucking care about
very
the
angry
touchdown.
about it
Disagree.
if you knew that the play was actually ran fairly. It wouldn't be
It's
a
just
big
not
deal to you.
officiated properly.
Yeah, it's not officiated
It's just
properly,
my
and
issues with
it's
the
a big deal
officiating. I
because
just want to.
all of
I don't
these
care
games.
if you keep running it. I just want to see those flags fly if they jump off sides like that was proven the past few weeks. I
Yeah,
have no
and
issue
like
with it. I just.
these
I
are
just
Okay,
fourth
want
well
fairness.
down, one possession game.
it's a legal play. Deal with it. It's going to keep getting run,
We're
and
not saying the
we're
play
just
We're
going
is
not
to have to deal
illegal.
with
saying
it.
stop it. We're not saying stop running it. We're saying, hey, we
An
want the officiating
RPO
to
is
be
a legal
proper.
And I
play,
get it. Okay,
but it's
we
a
get the
penalty when a
officiating.
lineman
I'm
goes
telling
downfield.
you, we're still going to run the play. So get used to seeing it more.
Okay, but do you
Just
agree
saying.
that it's been officiated poorly?
Did I not already say that on both sides of the ball? This year, especially.
Yeah,
Okay.
I never really remember it being that big of a problem last year. I really don't.
I think it was
This
brought up
year,
a
the
little
last
bit,
two
but it's
games,
definitely
they missed a
become more
blatant
of a
false
problem
start and a
this year.
blatant offsides in the Chiefs game.
these are one possession games. They need to do better. You're not winning some of these games without those calls, and that is fact.
Sorry, we're really good at a plan. We execute it
But
well.
it's not really good at a play, and it's not
It
executed
is.
well if the officials are just missing blatant false starts. It's not executed
Before the
well.
Rams game,
It's
we were
not
6 for 8
executed
completing.
well. Yeah, you're 6 for 8 on it, but who knows how many of those 6 are actually ran fairly? If 2 of those, or at least 3 of those, we see on
Probably
Twitter with a
6.
jumped right guard. And
Big
some of
dog,
those you got the
this is
center
not
lined
all
up all the
fair.
way over the football. And I'm not blaming you. You're not on the O line. But it's like, as a fan of football, you can't just sit there and be like, oh, yeah, like this is perfectly okay. And,
This
Okay.
is good for the game.
yeah.
This is great. Yeah, it's great. I'm
You
winning.
think it's good for the game?
Yeah, it's just typical Birds fan who's just.
Of course you do.
I do.
Of course you do.
I think I
All
do.
right, we're
I
spending
think
too much
it's
time
You
on
think
the
fun.
phones are allowed on the sideline too?
Some books are.
Are phones
Books are
allowed on the
great.
sideline too?
Books are great.
Books are great on the sideline.
I love
What
when
about
a book
phones?
comes
What about
out.
Big Dom?
We have no comment on Big Dom. Don't bring a Big Dom on this.
Why's he got a
podcast.
phone on the sideline?
Because do you know he's got
Who is he
connections everywhere?
texting? Who is he texting?
Texting to the officials and not call the fucking offside.
Hey, we're about to run the tush punch.
Don't even accuse him of that. I got people that know Big Dom.
He's failed.
Yeah, and y'all are
Yeah.
perfectly complacent, okay, with your
You're all.
terribly
You're always
officiated
It's
saying
just
random
it's
football.
funny when people start winning. Now all of a sudden you get accused of cheating or just being just fucking
we have it
scumbags.
on video.
There's no accusations. I mean,
We have it
open
on
up
That
video.
he's
Twitter on
texting
any
the
given
refs.
Sunday.
You have a fact that he's texting the refs.
No, but the fact that you're
That
so
was an
up in
accusation.
arms and that you're so hostile when we call out
You were the one being
issues with
hostile.
this
I'm not being
play
hostile at all. Don't
shows
turn
that
this on me.
deep
You're
down
not
you know
being
that this Birds team is not good and it's getting bailed out by this play in one possession games.
I think the Birds are struggling
I think this Birds team
offensively right
is
now.
good. I'm
100%.
not going
The
to
Birds
go
are
far
struggling
and say this
This Birds
Birds team
team
is not
is good.
I
You
just don't
you
like
beat
the
the
struggling.
Cowboys by
Oh,
4
damn.
fucking points.
I wish I could talk.
4 points you beat the Cowboys.
It's a divisional game, dude. It's week 1.
I just want the play to be officiated properly. We're spending too much time on the tush push.
And we're gonna keep talking about the tush push like throughout in the future.
Yeah, because
We'll see.
It's
this
gonna keep
Sunday
going.
it's going to be a close game. They're
In
not
Tampa
going to
Bay, I
call
can't
it.
wait, and I'm gonna
I
be
can't
so
wait. I'm
excited.
excited for that game. I
Look
hope
at
you
me
have a
on
great
TV. I'm gonna be yelling your name while they run it.
time. I'll be looking for you. Send us photos. Try to zoom in on the false start for us. Okay, Titans versus Texans.
Both teams suck.
Yeah, they do. They're both not very good.
CJ Stroud ass, or is the O line terrible?
Blanca, what do you think about CJ Stroud right now?
I think he's really struggling. I think he's turning over the ball way too much.
What do you think? Sorry.
It's been rough since his rookie year.
It's
It
just hard to
has.
see what
What's
it
the
looks
issue?
like a Bears offense of the last 4 years. In a sense where he's in hell, dude. Like I can't tell if he's good. It looks like he's
I think he
regressed,
is good. I think he is really good.
but it's
I
so
just-
hard to tell. He can't get the ball to Nico. He's struggling to get the ball to Nico this year. It seems like the O line is a hodgepodge of practice squad players to a certain
Do
degree.
they still have Laramie Tunzel, or is he on the Dolphins?
Nah, they traded him.
Can't remember where he's at now.
But I will say their new offense coordinator, he was never calling plays before this.
Where was he before this?
Laramie Tunsil's in Washington.
That's
hold
right.
on.
You're right. I don't know what the deal is. It's got to
Looks
be
like he was with the Rams, but let me double check that.
Might have been like a passing game.
Yeah, he was-
coordinator.
He's questionable.
He's a tight ends coach and pass game coordinator for the Rams last year, and then he was just tight ends coach 2 years ago. Now he's the offense coordinator for the Houston Texans. And also, the Texans are the only team that won a playoff game last season to start 0-3.
Wow.
It's because they had a
I
lot
don't
of
know
turnover.
what their
And I feel
deal
like they
is,
didn't
man.
add any pieces, and they just cut
No.
Gardner Johnson,
Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
Stingley's.
Gardner Johnson.
I don't know if Stingley's going to play. Maybe this is. Oh wow. Maybe this is big Seahawks pick. Big
Yeah, I
Seahawks
saw
pick.
that.
Maybe this is the Cam
It's
Moore
two.
first win, but he has not looked that good either. Honestly, He's
Yeah,
had
me
one
neither,
cool
but I got him
touchdown
in the
catch.
flex this week, so we'll see what happens.
He had one cool
I
touchdown.
think
catch.
he looks.
That
I
touchdown
think
was
he's
awesome.
not doing it. He doesn't have a lot for
work
him
with.
to work with exactly.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think give him time. I think he actually makes some good throws and he looks solid in the pocket.
I
Well,
like
I've seen-
that Io Maynor.
Oh yeah, he's great.
I like.
He's the only competent receiver on that team this year.
Yeah. Do they have Xavier Restrepo too? Because I know I think they
I
signed
think
him.
he's on the practice squad. I don't know if he's on the active roster yet.
Might need to get that guy to start.
Yeah, just get the chemistry rolling
They
a
got
little
that.
bit.
Yeah, they got that connection. But yeah, I don't have too much on this game. I really don't know who's gonna win. I'm gonna say Titans. I'm just gonna say Cam Ward gets
Division
this
game.
one. Yeah, maybe they run it through Pollard and Spears or whatever, but I say he gets this one.
Spears is hurt.
Well, they're not going to run it through Spears.
Pollard and what? Like, who is it? Hassan Haskins?
Whoa.
I think it's some guy named Mullins. I think is his last name.
But,
Let's
yeah.
double check that.
Nick Mullins converted to running.
No, it's like Ken. I can't remember.
But I think he gets it this week. There's not enough on either side for me to believe that they'll get this win. So I'm just gonna go with the Titans and say they got that young fiery rookie. He finally gets the.
We got a big.
And also, I think this is true. I saw this. I kind of don't want to say because I don't know if it's 100% true, but I want to check. Mary DK for the Titans wide receiver leads the league in all-purpose yards so far.
Yeah.
Just on the special team stuff?
Yeah. And then the rushing who had 2 carries last week, his name is Julius Chestnut for
Julius
Tennessee.
Chestnut. I wonder if he's
What a
related
name.
to Joe. What's the next game?
Colts Rams.
Let's go.
That's going to be a big Colts
Big.
matchup. I think this is not the end of the Daniel Jones hype train, but this is the first loss. It's the first loss.
It could definitely be the first loss.
Going into SoFi, Sean McVay going to play him well. They played the.
Also, I'm pretty sure they haven't punted the ball yet.
The Rams?
Colts.
I don't think they've punted either. I don't know. I'm not super high on Adams. There's a few plays last week where he just kind of looked out of it. Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae had that long touchdown last week.
He had that long touchdown, but there were some plays in the second half. He just kind of looked out of it, like he wasn't. I don't know.
Well, he is hurt. He might not play. I think it's because he got hurt because he might not play this week. He's questionable.
I think if he doesn't play, Colts defense isn't bad.
I think this game comes down to the run game. I mean, there's 2 great running backs in Kyron.
And Jonathan Taylor is one of the most. I don't even know they call him underrated, but he's unbelievable.
Last
we called him
week.
underrated too.
Week. Yeah, I said
he's
him and Kenneth
unbelievable.
Walker, like the two. Like,
I mean, he's
way better than Kenneth Walker.
He deserves the Saquon flowers to a certain degree.
Yeah,
he's in that tier of running back.
I mean that one season he had was crazy. Like, what was that, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, fantasy wise.
Yeah, incredible. But he's all catch that.
No, he dropped.
Oh, no. That guy's pretty good too. Horton for the Seahawks.
Sneaky. He had a good punt return last week.
He did.
All right, let's get the 325 games going. Going to Las Vegas.
Raiders are this game. I love everything about this game.
Be awesome.
This game is going to rock.
As a non-Bear, like looking at it as if I'm a non-Bears fan, we should see an Ashton Genty game.
Mm-hmm. I love seeing Geno sling that motherfucker, dude. I love it. I do think the Bears are going to win.
I think this one should be more of a shootout than last one.
I agree.
This one will just be like a fun, crazy
shootout. I think it'll be. These are the games that the Raiders These are the games the Raiders need to capitalize on. Do I think they'll do it this week? No. I think after that first win, I really think Ben Johnson's kind of got them fired up a little.
I think the vibe in the locker room.
I think the vibe has drastically changed.
And I think a stadium like Allegiant, kind of like New Orleans, where it's a travel city, to where those home games aren't necessarily going to be a home game, especially when your team isn't playing to a good level. I almost went to this game. It'd be nice to get the game going a little bit more this week, just to feel something. Damn, the Mets are just dominating the Cubs.
I got a question. Has Bear fans questioned yet the Loveland pick over Warren after seeing what Warren's doing in the Colts?
No, because
blaming the scheme.
I think it's more so a scheme thing in that remember Laporta took a couple weeks to get going, and then I think just the Ben Johnson stuff is a little more complex to get down. I think in the long run, Loveland will still be better.
Yeah, it took Detroit a while to get it down.
And I think also if you give any tight end the amount of targets that Warren is getting in that offense right now, they're going to put up solid numbers.
I'll tell you who might get a tight end.
Yeah, Cole Kmet only has 7 targets, and Loveland has 6 targets.
Like
3 receptions.
They've only hit They really only started hitting the tight ends last week, I feel like.
I'm expecting to see a heavy dose of Geno.
But I think we won't see a lot of Colston really this year. I think we'll see a lot of Luther. As DJ kind of takes the back. I'd like to see DJ more traded. I want him to go to a contender. And then he's also just kind of like, he's not fitting the timeline anymore.
Yeah.
And Luther, I want him to get in the offense as soon as possible and the ball in his hands in open space, because I think he's just a younger, twitchier DJ Moore at this point, and he's just so electric with the football in his hands. Just even like when he gets they ran a couple screen routes with him last week. He didn't get insane yards, but it's just like, a guy's a gamer when you can just see him with the ball in space. You know that
Oh yeah.
with a couple more touches, he's going to break one. And he did have a deep ball on the trick play, but like in more structure, I want to see him get the ball.
Now I think I'm going to bet on Max Crosby have 2+ sacks, but I think it's a Bears win. I think the Bears are
I
just
don't know
again
about that
betting.
Crosby bet. So
I think the Raiders are kind of weak in the secondary. Is Jeremy Chin even
They
playing?
are.
I think Caleb's
Yeah,
only
we can
taken one sack this year.
I think last week was good for Caleb's confidence, and well, let's check the sack thing. But
I know he took none last week for the first time in his career. He took no sacks.
well, then he doesn't have one if he took no
Yeah,
sacks
no.
for the first time in his career.
He's been sacked a lot less, I guess is what I'm trying to get to. The O-line, while there have been a lot of penalties, the actual pass protection has been a
better
lot.
say 2, Goldberger. We're gonna stone you.
I think it's just a winnable game in general. I think
I think it's
going
a
in
winnable
Vegas
game.
is.
I think yeah.
I think it's a very. I don't get the line at all with -1.5.
I don't get the
The
line yet.
Raiders.
I think this is, but I do agree with Blanca a lot. I just think this is a game where, both of these teams need to jump on this chance. Both teams need this a lot.
Because Bears win this, they go 2-2 in the bye.
You're looking at your season a little differently.
They go into the bye, and then it's Commanders, Saints, Ravens, Bengals, Giants. You could realistically go 4-1 there if they can win this game going into the bye. If they lose, it's a completely different story.
Yeah, they're gonna have this next one. I think this next one's gonna be a get right.
Electric get right game for the Chiefs or for the Ravens.
Well, I think I was talking about Sunday night. My bad. I skipped that one.
Chiefs
I had
Ravens 325.
I mean, this is like the perfect game because it's like both quarterbacks have been balling, but they just can't. So it's like,
They're
who's going to
both
be the
1 and
first?
2.
Yeah, this is going to be the first one to see which one of these quarterbacks can win their first big game of the year.
It's in
But is
Kansas
this
City.
even a big game for Lamar? This is way bigger of a game for the Chiefs than it is for the Ravens, but the Ravens still need to win.
Like, because the Ravens are.
Yeah,
It's not a real 1-2. I agree.
yeah.
But the Chiefs, they haven't looked the hottest. They don't. Thornton looked good last week, but when it comes to like actual pass catchers this year,
I hate their weapons.
I don't like. Mahomes is still Mahomes, but it just feels like he's got nothing to work with, and there's not a real run game. And if there's not a real run game, you can't open up the offense how you want to. And as good as Pat Mahomes is, it's hard to hero ball it.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a little light rebuild on the offense.
And looking at their schedule too, they kind of need this win because if they lose to the Ravens, then they go down to 1-3. Then they have to go to Jacksonville, then Detroit. Then they have divisional games: Vegas, Washington, Buffalo. Another divisional game. I mean, it's Colts.
There's like one win.
It's not an easy road, so they kind of need a home win here, kind of to boost the morale up a little bit because they didn't even look that good against the Giants last week.
I see one win, but that Raiders game is it's a rivalry game.
This should be the healthiest Chiefs team we've seen all year.
For this game?
Minus Rashi.
Yeah, I got shoulder checked into oblivion.
The Ravens offense has been playing so good. I just don't see
I'm
anyone
going Ravens. Another thing to watch this week, Goose. We got to keep an eye on the Derrick Henry fumble woes. See how that goes.
This should be a high-scoring game. The Ravens defense sucks this year.
I love the -2.5. I know it's in Kansas City, but I think Baltimore beats them by at least a touchdown.
I think Baltimore beats them too. I'm with you.
Just a 2.5 where you got a field goal to win it on too. That's just
exactly. I think that 2.5 is perfect. I would take it.
But then we go to Sunday night, which is electric. You got Micah Parsons coming back to Dallas.
I think Dallas is going to get destroyed. I think Green Bay's
I don't want to interrupt at all, but we didn't talk Jags 49ers, which is kind of a shitty game.
I honestly think that'll be a high-scoring game.
Shanahan keeps rolling. That's what I think.
I think Shanahan's gonna. I think the Jags are probably gonna win, but I do see this being a close game. Mac Jones he works well in that offense.
He does. It's almost like Shanahan wanted him.
Almost like he was.
It's almost like a Shanahan's quarterback.
Yeah, it's almost like he got the QB he wanted.
He did practice in limited capacity today. His knee.
Purdy?
He hurt his knee. No, Mac Jones.
Oh, who's the third QB on the depth
Purdy
chart?
playing or no?
Supposedly, Purdy's progressing toward a return against the Jacksonville Jaguars Sunday.
I thought
So
it was
Purdy's going to be playing. It looks like right now.
well, then I'm taking.
I think the 49ers are going to be 4-0 if they win this ball game.
I still think the Jags are going to win. Actually,
So how many teams now do we just count that are still undefeated? Who's the last team out of these teams that you can see to stay undefeated? I'll read you all the.
I know
So
who I am.
there's 5 left or 6 left.
It's the Bills. You don't even have to read it.
2 of them play this week: Philly and Tampa, Buffalo, Colts, San Fran, Chargers.
It's the Bills.
It's the Chargers.
I guess the Bills do play the same. I'm just looking at schedules too. Saints and Patriots and the Falcons and the Panthers. So they kind of get 4 games there where they can win.
Darnold's got wheels.
I gotta stop. I was about to say,
I'm not
going to
say the Eagles.
Darnold just ran on.
Darnold just had like a 30-yard rush.
And I'm not going to say the Colts because the Colts are going to lose to the Rams, I think. But going to that point, I think San Fran's got a big chance. I think it probably is Buffalo, but I think San Fran's got a huge chance.
I think it's Buffalo or the Chargers. I think that Niners team as of this year, they've played worse with Brock.
Yeah, for sure. If they win this game,
I like the Jags. I like the Jags in this game. So
I
don't think
they have their passing game coordinator is Hitler and Shane Waldron, who just kills wide receivers wherever he goes.
But yeah, the old hospital ball to Brian.
He started in Seattle, and he made us think Jackson Smith and Jigba sucked. Yeah. And then he somehow got another job in Chicago and made us think Roma Dunze sucked, which he doesn't. And now he's making Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas suck. And it sucks.
That is true.
I don't know why he still has a job.
I don't know. I just feel like the Jags are going to do it. I like the Jags in this one. I'm not a big Purdy guy. I don't hate Purdy. I just don't think he's super great.
But then we also got – let's get back to Sunday night. We got the homecoming game.
I think this is going to –
Micah Parsons is getting 2 sacks. And
I think the Cowgirls – I think the Cowgirls are going to get taken to the absolute woodshed.
I do, however, think George Pickens will have a fun game. And we're going to get some fun George Pickens moments.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's going to be closer. Dallas is home. Green Bay did not look good last week. I think Dak kind of – is CD playing? No, he's doubtful.
No, he's out for the month.
Doubtful. I don't know. I believe I'm a big Matt LaFleur guy. I really like Matt LaFleur. I think he can get the guys fired up after a loss like that, and especially coming out against a defense who's been letting up points all year long.
And Parsons is back, and he's filling up his suite.
Parsons
is keeping his suite.
Is he really?
Refunds. No refunds, he said. So he's got his family in the crib. He's got his boys in the crib. He's going to have 2 sacks.
I mean, Cowboys are getting boat raced. I mean,
34-17 maybe.
Yeah.
Good little Jordan Love get back game. Bad week against the Browns.
Yeah,
I think the run. Yeah, true.
I think they're going to get boat raced.
Yeah,
you've swung me. I think they're going to get boat raced too now.
Make that Birds win look even worse.
It's week 1. Give it a break.
It was week 1. I'm with you, Blanca. I'll always stand by you.
It's week 1 and they lose with a CD.
All right. So
3 CD Lamb drops actually.
Jets Dolphins. That's just going to be a fucking
fine.
Better. Guess I'm not watching
Fields
football.
Better play. Fields is actually exciting to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Fields
I like watching Fields. I don't know. He's
still
in concussion.
The Dolphins are kind of just
He
fun.
I don't know
what you call it. It's not a hate watch, but it's like a chaos watch.
It's like watching like an old Browns team.
It's like watching an episode of Jersey Shore. That's what it's like watching the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Tyreek, the Situation Hill. Not
just all these like characters, you know.
Literally,
you get the alcoholic head coach, just kind of
Dude, Mike McDaniel. I don't even know what to say about
There's a
that
lot of
guy.
characters over there in South Florida, and a lot of those characters won't be
There next year.
Did
Yeah,
y'all see
exactly.
Tua's press conference today?
I did
Where
not enlighten me.
they're like, he was talking because I guess Cam Newton called him out on something, and Tua's like, it's a lot easier to sit there with the clicker and point things out instead of being on the field and seeing things. And all the comments are like, he won an MVP, Tua. He's done more than you have ever, Tua. He could
He
walk in
brought
and
them
run
to a
that
Super
offense better
Bowl.
than you, Tua.
He brought them to Super Bowl 50.
Tua's got the QBR, 23rd in yards.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jets win that game handily.
Yeah, I think the Jets win. I think if the Jets can play like another team that has zero defense, I think it's anybody's game. Then we have Bengals, Broncos. Again, I'm going to mention it one more week. The power of Jake Browning's wife. That's just something we always got to look at.
Which is crazy. I will say there is a connection real quick between Mike McDaniel and Aaron Glenn, which is kind of fascinating. They first crossed paths more than a decade ago. Now Mike McDaniel, the coach from Miami, and Aaron Glenn, the coach from the New York Jets.
Where?
Yeah, I know, but
They
were they
don't know
both
each
at
other.
Washington?
Were they on that Washington
No,
team?
McDaniel was the wide receivers coach at Cleveland, and Glenn was the assistant defensive back coach. So
Gotcha.
they know each other pretty well. But they connected there, so that's a connection to watch out for. And I didn't realize that. And there's
Yeah,
connections, it seems like, in the AFC East.
I think that benefits Aaron Glenn because I don't think Mike McDaniel is a competent coach.
I don't think Mike McDaniel's sober. So
I think he's hitting the dab pin in the blue tent.
It's also I'm not interested in. I mean, I watch both these games, but I'm not hyped for
They're going to get
either of
washed.
these games.
yeah, Jake Browning's gonna get swallowed alive by the Broncos defense. And Bo Nix
Yeah,
is playing bad
obviously.
football, so it's just gonna be a terrible game.
Well, it's against Cincinnati's defense, so it'll play good today. It'll play good on Monday.
We'll see.
Yeah, Cincinnati is now plus 320 on ESPN Bet. That is, yeah. He got a lot of hype last week, and Minnesota destroyed that hype.
Yeah, it's getting to college.
Do they trade for a QB if this keeps going like this? I know a lot of people want Jameis.
Jabu would be fun, but
A lot of people want Jameis.
In Cincinnati,
Yeah.
I think they
he
keep
would
it
not be
Browning.
scared to get that ball to Jamar
That's true.
or Higgins.
What are the other backups out there that can be traded that are available?
Tyson Bajan, if you want to pay for him, he's on a nice
We could
contract.
both say our backups, but
Not me.
even Sam Howell. Take Sam Howell from us.
Yeah, Sam Howell's just rotting away. He's not afraid to throw it to Jamar.
Started games.
I can't say that. I don't know which one.
That guy aired it out. He's not afraid to throw it, you know.
Trey Lance in LA.
What about Joe Milton? That's a guy that's not afraid to air it out.
Ooh, Joe Milton.
They might need Joe Milton later if they keep losing a lot of games
That's
just
true.
to get him snaps.
Yeah.
Davis Mills, Texans.
Ooh, yeah.
Davis Mills isn't bad.
Is he the better quarterback?
I don't know. I don't
Stanford?
think so.
Is that right? Stanford?
Why does he turn the ball over so much?
Davis Mills?
No,
CJ Stroud? I don't know.
Because he's running for his life. Just that, like, run for your life, throw it.
I fucked with Davis Mills, bro. The year before they drafted CJ Stroud.
Hold on. Cubs are doing something.
Actually, hear me out here real quick. Mariota did not look bad.
No, I was thinking Mariota, but like I don't know
if they
do that.
If they're contending.
Yeah, they're gonna want to keep him if Jaden goes down, especially with high point.
True.
You know who they could trade for? Malik Willis. Remember how awesome he was the first 3 weeks last year? Yeah.
True.
But again, they're contending, so maybe they want to keep him.
And you never know with Jordan Love. He's not a good football player.
But yeah, I don't know. That's my 2 cents on it. But yeah, let's get into some college.
We got tomorrow, Florida State, Virginia. TCU, Arizona State. Cool Friday night of some ranked football.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them written down. Big matchups or ranked or just some that should be interesting.
Yeah, one thing that I'm going to talk about on Friday is I think Jordan Tyson is a really good wide receiver and he's very cool. So that's all. If you're watching football on Friday, watch Jordan Tyson because he's going to be cool. Where's Wildcat at?
What was that? I'm sorry. I had a little technical difficulty.
What games do you noted?
All right, I got you. All right, so first one, we have number 22 Notre Dame versus Arkansas. I think either team could win this. Arkansas's offense is really good, but I like Notre Dame's defense and their backfield a lot.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame should just be able to slow the game down.
Yeah, 100%.
And just give the football to the most gifted football player in the country with the ball in his hands.
Run the ball with both. It's the best backfield in the country.
Yeah.
Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love. Run the ball. You don't really need to throw with CJ Carr. Running down Arkansas's throats, and they got to start fast. They started fast against Purdue, and look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You got to start fast here.
Fast.
They're all defense needs to not let up 40 points like they did to another SEC team earlier in the year.
Yeah, you're right. The second game I have after that is number 1 Ohio State versus the University of Washington and DeMond Williams. So, if you listen to last week, you know this is one of our guys. I have some player props for him right here I wanted to run by you guys that I thought we could kind of keep track of, and it might be a little fun.
All right.
He's plus 152 for 2 or more passing touchdowns. Do you think he throws for 2 or more touchdowns against Ohio State? I actually came prepared. I have his game log.
Does he throw for 2 more touchdowns against Ohio State?
So here's the thing. DeMond Williams.
Don't think so.
He's thrown for over 200 yards in every game he's played. Almost 302.
But I don't think he's throwing 2 touchdowns against that Ohio State defense.
Yeah, that's the 2 touchdowns.
2 for 4 last week against Wazoo. All right, so we're going to say no.
They've played Colorado State, UC Davis, and Wazoo so far this year.
Dude, I think they win this game.
Yes.
I want to say Washington might win this game.
I want to say
I would
Washington.
take Ohio State's
I
spread.
love him so much. I love DeMond Williams so much. Okay, so we have so he's plus 130 for 225 passing yards or more. I think that's a lock. I think he's going to pass for over 200. Okay, and this is the last one I have for him. I thought this one was pretty fun. His over-under for longest completion is 42.5. Are we going over or under?
Gosh, that's a tough line. I'm looking at is like
I know.
longest.
I thought it was so fun.
Whoa. I'm going to go longest. I'm going to go over.
I agree.
I think the way that they're going to, if they win this game,
he loves to sling it, dude.
It's going to be a bomb.
I also went ahead and checked his longest pass this season. It was like 10 yards longer. So
50
all right.
this week.
Yep. All right. The next game I have is number 21 USC versus number 23 Illinois.
Where is that game?
That's in Illinois.
Well, I remember. That's right. I saw Lincoln Riley's complaining about the travel schedule.
Yeah,
it's
I also
almost
would like to mention the previous games in Washington, but continue.
Oh, that's also interesting for travel. And it's at 2:30. But so Lincoln Riley's complaining because they went from the latest kickoff in the country to now the earliest. And yeah, that's an issue. That's annoying. That's really annoying. But it's almost like there was a conference
that would have been awesome this year.
That could make it to where your time zone worked and all the teams were in the same region.
If only there was a conference where everybody played in the Pacific time.
On the Pacific Coast. Yeah.
What the fuck?
To that Illinois game, Illinois was embarrassed last week.
Yep,
Illinois was embarrassed by Indiana. It was absolutely just they stepped on their throat.
Last week,
I thought Illinois is really good coach, but those lines didn't impress me at all. I think USC wins this game. I actually like USC's quarterback. I like
USC's quarterback too.
I think the season is
Mavia or whatever.
Yeah, Mavia or whatever. Yeah, he's good. I agree with you, Blanca. Yeah, he's really good.
I think
Colmar, the Ole Miss guy, he's kind of dependable. He's like that dependable quarterback. Kind of.
I think that might be over for Illinois. After last season and it ends today. I mean, last week we were thinking, sitting here, they're a playoff team. They could be a playoff team this year. And I think we just watched them get bulldozed by Indiana, a team that last year couldn't even compete really with the creme de la creme of the Big Ten.
Yeah, and I think this is the natural part of the Brett Bielema life cycle, where you ride that high for so long, and right when you're about to take that next step, we saw it at Arkansas. He just can't do it, and I don't want to discredit Brett Bielema. He's done a lot with the Illinois program that I never thought he would.
Just did, but that's all right.
Making Illinois a single digit.
We're at the part of the life cycle.
Yeah, he won. Illinois was a top 10 team for a week. That's a big deal.
Huge deal.
My mom is a
Huge deal.
UC alumni, and I don't think she ever saw that.
Shout out,
So
Mrs. Goldberg. I do have to say though, on ESPN Bet, you can get USC minus 6.5. I hate that spread. I like Illinois with plus 6.5.
Yeah.
I
next-
do think they lose though.
Yeah, I like USC.
At home,
I
though,
agree with what
no.
you're saying. Yeah, I like what you're saying. I like USC. The next game I have is a big one. It's number 4 LSU at number 13 Ole Miss. 3:30, 2:30 in the afternoon.
I think LSU is heavily is ranked way too high.
We're Ole Miss is favored, if I'm correct, Blanca, or at least they were
Reds
the
are
last
favored
time I
1.5.
checked. Basically a pick 'em.
Trinidad starting.
Uh-huh.
And basically, is a
He
pick. I mean,
seems to fit the offense
Ole Miss
incredibly
minus
well.
100.
If he wins this game, he's because this is we're starting to hit that time of the college season where, like, I like to call it like household name time, where like the household names of the college football season start to really take
Rise up.
mold.
The
And
cream rises to the top at this point.
yeah, and just like, I'm trying to think. Last year, who was it?
Last year,
Who
Lenore
was like the
Sellers,
household? Lenore Sellers. I'm trying to think who was playoff
DJ
teams.
Lagway near like week 5 or 6. He did it.
Let's think. Who else?
Magnolia Bowl, though, is a big one.
J Dart.
Jadar Castellano, or not a
Cam Ward. So like this is the week where they like,
Yeah,
these
it
are the
happens.
quarterbacks of the year that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
And
This
if
is the
Campbell's wins
perfect
game.
Yeah.
You know,
Continue.
if he has like, let's say like 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like 60 yards rushing and a touchdown, like
Yeah. Against
he's
that
getting
LSU
Heisman
defense.
talks. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's going to get
100%.
talked
And
about.
also, this is the perfect for what we'll dub the household name point of the season. This is the perfect interception of teams. Like whoever wins this game, that's going to be them. If Garrett Nussmeier wins, it'll probably be Garrett Nussmeier. If Trinidad, who's already probably, I think a lot of people think is on top of this QB list, which is not a strong one so far, we believe, unless you're looking at the West Coast underclassmen,
Right?
of course. But I mean, yeah, whoever wins this, that's going to be them.
Yeah.
He's got 0 interceptions this year, Chambliss. He's looked.
He's really
the
good.
thing
That Charlie
about this
Weiss offense
LSU
just
defense,
Torres Jr.
All their wins don't look good anymore.
No, their wins don't look good. That defense is really good, but that offense, and I could be wrong, Saturday comes around, but they're just not capitalizing on the turnovers. Like,
I know
if you have
what
6 or
you're
5
saying,
interceptions, and you win by a touchdown. Basically, was it a touchdown or 10 points? Like, what are we doing? You got to blow that team out.
It's still the Magnolia Bowl, and that's what scares me.
Oh yeah, it's the Magnolia Bowl.
Like, oh, this is the most confident I can say I felt going into.
I don't know. This is the most nervous I get every year. This is this is for all the marbles for me every year.
I will say in the Magnolia Bowl historics, since 2021, the home team has always won. And it's in Ole Miss this year. Ole Miss won in 2021, LSU 2022.
2:30 in the afternoon. God forbid we get a night game at the Law.
Put out of a night game, but the Magnolia Bowl in Oxford
awesome.
Is honestly one of the most like special weekends in.
It's
awesome.
It's my favorite Grove for sure.
It is. I 100% agree.
All the corn dogs everywhere. I love it.
The atmosphere is just great. I remember the atmosphere for that 2019 game when Burrow and the boys came to town. That was electric.
The Eli Manning game was my last Magnolia Bowl, where they retired Manning's number.
And that's beautiful.
Oh, that game was awesome. Because that was like a big turning point for the Rebs like program. That was like a big ranked win at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that hit was awesome.
Yeah, that was the year after, or the 2 years after.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Let's see. So the next game I have, We have Auburn versus number 9 Texas A&M. It's at Texas A&M. Auburn kind of got hoed last week with some calls. They probably should have beat Oklahoma. I think I said this last week. As much as it pains me to say it, I think Auburn is a dangerous team this year. Cam Coleman can catch anything if Jackson Arnold can get it to him. Yes, but Texas A&M's really good. I really don't like Texas A&M, but I'm a big fan of Marcel Reed. I think he's really good.
Texas A&M, Kyle Field. Kyle Field's a very hard place to play for.
100%. I mean, the 12th man, they get loud. Like, that is one of the tougher environments in college.
But here's the thing about Texas A&M and Auburn and what they do to each other is when one program is good and the other team is mediocre,
I know what you're
they beat each other. The mediocre team, A&M and Auburn. If A&M's in a down year, they beat Auburn. If Auburn's in an up year, A&M beats them.
And this is exactly what's going to cause Hugh Freeze to get one more year at Auburn and just kill all of us.
Yeah, because he's going to get a signature top 10 win.
He's going to get a signature top 10 win. Yeah.
He's going to keep his job one more year.
It's just the most Hugh Freeze thing possible. All right, this next game, we got another one of our guys. We have Cal versus Boston College. Now, again, another one of our West Coast young guns.
Where's this game being played?
This game is at Boston College, so Cal's going to have to go all the way across the country.
You think this is the farthest?
Makes absolutely no sense.
It actually might be the farthest
has ever been from home. Is this
the farthest? Texas State, Oregon State, San Diego. This is the farthest he's ever been from home in terms of Cal.
Traveling schedule does make sense.
No, traveling schedule does not make sense.
It really makes me annoyed.
He's from Hawaii, right?
I believe so.
You think he's ever been to the East Coast?
I don't know. I'm unfamiliar. He's a freshman, so no, I don't think he's ever been. I mean, he might have gone one time when he was a kid, but he's never traveled there as an athlete.
He's from Ewa Beach, Hawaii. He's 6'3".
He's never traveled as an athlete to
Let's check his prospect list. He got 50. He got
visits.
He got an offer from Georgia, but I don't know if he ever visited Georgia. So I'm just going to say this is his first time east of the Mississippi River.
We're going to claim it. Mark it. Stamp it down.
This is Sagapulotele's first time east of the Mississippi River.
That's true. I just looked at the schedule. So here are the props I have for Sagapulotele. We're going to do the same thing we did with the Mom Williams. I would also like to preface this. This is just some research I did on Sagapulotele so far this year. He's always getting around 250 yards, but he kind of has one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. Now, however, the one bad game was last game.
That is true.
Fucking dog. So here's the props for him. So he's minus 118 for over 252 passing yards. Do we think he gets over that, or do we think he gets under that? Or actually, that's for under 252.5 passing. This is kind of, like I said, he's always around this area.
Trials had 230 passing yards against this defense.
Over. So,
by the way, Little John's performing right now. The halftime show of the Cardinals game.
I see that. Holy shit. What? But so this is a fun one. He's plus 200, or he's plus 2,500 for 2 or more passing touchdowns. I think he gets it.
I think he gets it too. I think he's going to have like 304.
Yeah, if you could, I think that's from Underdog. So if y'all can find that, that's valid. Anytime touchdown, he's plus 262.
Does he have any running touchdowns this year?
Hold on, I have that here. He actually is not the best runner. He has 1 rushing touchdown, but he's never got more than 30 yards in a game.
Let's say no.
This is for anytime touchdown.
Yeah, he's not rushing it.
Okay. Alrighty. So that's all I have for that one. That'll be fun. I'm excited to track those. I have one more a little further down the list. It's the last one I'll say. So the next one we have is number 15, Tennessee, visiting Mississippi State in Starkville. I don't think Mississippi State's a terrible team. I think they're bottom tier of the SEC, but I don't think they're the worst SEC team.
I think they're one of the hardest places to play football, man, regardless of how good you are.
I don't know. I mean, I think
that Cowboy
Tennessee's
stuff,
probably going to destroy.
The Cowboy stuff is a lot like the tush push, where they say they're going to officiate it and they don't. And so it gives you an unfair advantage. You know, they're not supposed to wave the cowbells during when the play clock reaches a certain amount, they just don't. kind of like
I mean that is an
and the
outrageous
NCAA says that they're
comparison.
gonna watch it.
That's an outrageous
Just
comparison.
like the NFL has said the last 2 years that they're gonna watch it.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna
I
touch
think
on that.
Tennessee wins this
Let's
game.
keep
I think
going.
Tennessee
Let's keep
wins. I think
going.
Tennessee
I
wins.
think
It's just a
Tennessee
terrible
wins.
comparison.
Okay, I got you, Blanca. We're gonna keep moving forward. The next game we have number 6 Oregon versus number 3 Penn State. It's
And there's
at Penn
another
State. I think it's a
Polynesian.
whiteout game. Yeah, it's a whiteout game.
It's a whiteout game.
My brother
It's-
will be there. He paid a
it's a
good amount
whiteout.
for that ticket.
Love Blancas.
That's awesome. James Franklin doesn't win big football games. They're
He
losing
does
this
not
game.
win big football games.
Dan
Dan
Lanning-
He does
Lanning
not.
wins.
He's like Brian Kelly. He will
Yes.
lose this football game.
Dan
And the
Lanning
fact that spreads
feeds.
minus 3.5 is nuts.
If a big
James
regular
Frank-
season football game, I take Oregon any day of the week.
I
Big
do
regular
think, though,
season.
Penn State is a very talented team. I think this is an offense, too, that has a lot of veterans on the team. They have a lot of chemistry. So I think it's going to be high scoring.
But so does this
Youth
Oregon team.
coaching loses games in college and in both NFL and college. But Oregon's, I like Oregon.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
Oregon.
James Franklin's just
I think
bad.
Dante Moore is probably going to be the number one quarterback. I like him a
I can
lot
see that happen.
more than Drew Aller. He's playing really good football. He's been in that Oregon system the last 2-ish years. I've been hot
He's
on
already
him for
thrown
the
11
last few
touchdowns
years,
this year.
and he got to sit an extra year when Dylan Gabriel showed up and learned the offense a little bit more.
He's from Detroit, Michigan, and he's already thrown 11 touchdowns this year.
Yeah,
And remember, he's
that
come from
Oregon, that Oregon receiving room is fast.
That's
yeah,
right.
Which makes him even better is he started games as a true freshman at that terrible
He did.
UCLA situation, and then he went to Oregon and just sat for 2 years.
Mhm.
And just
Smart.
soaked everything up, and he's just so pro ready, just so
Yeah.
smooth.
It
The West
used to
Coast
be.
quarterback development this year is just awesome.
Yeah, it's
And
awesome.
also, if Penn State is going to win, they need Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton. They just need those two running backs. That's one of the best backfields in the country. And if they're actually going to win this game at home, whiteout 7:30, they're going to need those two. And Drew Allen not throw a pick.
They just haven't convincingly sold me on any of their mediocre non-conference games with really.
No, agreed. They're fraud. They were frauds last year. I think Notre Dame proved that.
Nevada 46-11. All right. I'm just thinking of it from a Rebs perspective. These are teams that were 60 bombing. 52-6 Villanova. I'm not convinced by this. Just knowing how the Penn State offense works.
Yeah.
And how,
I don't know. James Franklin used to be the GOAT of Ryan Day's, but now James Franklin is just the GOAT of James Franklin's.
Yeah.
Or he used to be the Nick Saban of Ryan Day's, but now James Franklin is just the Nick Saban of James Franklin. It's like when the snake eats itself. I think they're losing this game.
I want to like Drew Aller.
I want to like Drew Aller. I can't.
He'll probably be great in the pros, but it's just hard to like a quarterback on the Penn State. Just watching him play in that Penn State offense is just
It's a big test for him. I mean, if he wants to really catch eyes, especially NFL eyes, he's got to win this game.
You got to win this game.
It's a big test for him, but on the flip side, is there even going to be an opportunity to test him? I just feel like every time I've been able to watch Drew Aller play in a high-stakes Penn State game, it's they just don't want to run an offense for him.
Yeah, I agree. And like Goose said earlier, this is household name time. So this is another game where it's an intersecting point to see which one of them it's going to be. After that, we have number 17 Alabama at number 5 Georgia. It's really the battle of two great teams with mediocre quarterbacks.
I don't think either of these teams will be top 10 at the end of the year.
I think Stockton is going to lose. I said this, I can't remember what episode I said this on, but I said he's going to end up losing them some games at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those games.
Yeah. I just don't necessarily like either of these teams this year offensively.
No, they don't have that field that they used to have.
No, I don't think these
It's
two
weird
teams,
saying that while Kirby Smart is still at Georgia.
Yeah, and I just don't think either of these teams are going to be in the SEC championship this year, which feels weird because one of them usually should be.
Yeah, I don't think either of them are.
Yeah, they've owned.
Yeah. This next
They've
one
owned
is
the
just
2000s.
this is not a
It's always Georgia Bama.
yeah, you're 100% right. This next one I have is not a ranked matchup, but I just think it's a fun one. It's Kentucky at South Carolina. South
Is
Carolina
Sellers
could prop.
back?
I don't know. If he's back, Blanca, if you wouldn't mind checking on that for us.
Bro, I'm checking right now.
Thank you. If he's back, it's them. But this is always a fun game. I feel like the Kentucky South Carolina. I feel like it's always a fun, scrappy game.
If
Mark
he's
Stoops
not,
needs some
He's
away
questionable
wins
with
this
a
year.
head injury.
Questionable with a head injury.
probably not. Yeah, if he
Who's
doesn't play,
back
this is
up?
going to be a scrappy, low
I
scoring.
wonder.
Just
It's not Robbie Ashford. He's awake. Shut up. I don't know. But this is one of those games that I feel like
No,
Mark
I guess he
Stoops is going to
played
win.
that. I guess he Missouri. Unless
I don't
that's
know. I feel like this is one of those games Mark Stoops can win. I don't know if it's the one he's gonna win because he always gets one crazy away game that he just pulls out of his ass, and I feel like this could be it. But I don't know. I'm just gonna say South Carolina to be safe.
Beaver kind of needs this win.
yeah. Norris Sellers threw for 302 yards last week, 2 touchdowns, and lost to Missouri. They rushed for his rushing was 10 carries minus 28 yards. The rest of the South Carolina rushing were 7 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 0 yards.
Jesus, and that one guy is supposed to be actually pretty good, number one or whatever. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. Anyway,
Their
yeah.
total rushing yards were negative 9 for the day. Rushing attempts 22.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to throw it on
14
Kentucky.
penalties.
Yeah, they're gonna have to throw it on Kentucky. Kentucky always has a sneaky good D line.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky covers, but I don't know. I mean, Kentucky played Ole Miss close.
Kentucky's averaging 35 points per game this year so far offensively. 2-1. Only lost against Ole Miss. I know it's in South Carolina. I kind of like this.
Can't wait to watch football this weekend. So I'm thinking about it now.
There's a lot of good football. A lot.
I'm just scrolling through to see if there's anything interesting. Any fun little
So
ones.
I have one more, a fun one. But we have number 25 BYU versus Colorado. So we all know who the BYU quarterback is, Bear Bachmeier, or Beckmeyer, however you say it. Where's number 47? This guy's awesome. I have some player props for you. So this is my last player. I'm just making sure I get all his stuff up. Okay, cool. So he is plus 105 for over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Do we think he gets that? Just to refresh y'all's memory, game one, I think he played Preston. He threw for 3. He played Stanford the next game. He didn't throw any, but he did rush for 1. But in the next game, he threw 1 touchdown. But he
I don't
also
think if he's not throwing it against Stanford, I don't think he's throwing 2 against, right? Colorado's not good, but are they worse than Stanford? I don't think they're worse than Stanford.
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen Stanford play this year, but Stanford's in dark times over there.
Wildcat's got some technical difficulties, it appears.
There's a lot of good college football games on this week.
When is Wildcats back?
yeah, my
The
bad. Sorry
conference
about
plays at all-time high too. You got a lot of good conference games. Pitt, Louisville, just low-key like ACC, Duke, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. The games we already talked about.
Yeah, we're just hitting all the conference games.
Yeah,
Sorry about the technical difficulty, but I have it marked down for no for the over 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
This is another fun one. I liked this one. I couldn't find it for Saga Pulatele. I wish I could, but he's minus 125 for a longest completion over 39.5 yards. He has thrown 45-yard balls. I googled. It's just whether or not we think he will.
I don't know. I think he should.
He's had better passing performances game after game. So he's getting better throwing the rock game after game. We're going to be fun and we're going to say,
Yeah,
I'm excited for Saturday.
so excited.
I think my favorite bet of the day Saturday probably the US or the Illinois pick maybe. No, sorry, Ohio State spread.
Yeah, I like Washington
Plus 7.5.
spread, genuinely.
That's my pick. Ohio State minus 7.5 for the pick of the day for Saturday. It's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for my Irish to go into a SEC environment. So we'll see you at noon.
I'm excited
Hey,
for that
that's-
game.
That's basically the whole weekend previewed of what I think I'm gonna just be sitting and watching.
Yeah, we do have. I do have the upcoming Premier League fixtures. That should I can just run through really quick. I don't
Yeah,
have any detailed notes,
any
but just
notable
some fun
games?
games. Brentford versus Man United. I just think this should. Brentford's a scrappy side. Man United need to keep winning. I think that win against Chelsea maybe could catapult them. I
Good
hope
point
it does.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Blanca has a big game. Brighton plays the Chelsea. We hate the Chelsea. Blanca doesn't, but I hope Brighton wins.
Thanks, man. That was a tough one last weekend, Rush. For sure, Team Tottenham. But when it comes to the table, Liverpool is in first place right now with 15 points.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's not that insane of a slate.
5-0.
For the Big Six, it looks pretty cut and dry this weekend, I feel like.
Yeah, you got Chet. Well, to continue that, Liverpool plays Crystal Palace. Leeds plays Bournemouth. Man City plays Burnley. Nottingham Forest plays Sunderland. And Spurs plays Wolves.
That
Now,
Spurs
do you
Wolves
know
game should be a dominant.
that's just Saturday? Then Sunday, Aston Villa, Fulham, which I'm very excited for that. Newcastle, Arsenal, fun. And
Newcastle
then
Arsenal
Newcastle
should
Monday,
be
Arsenal's
very
gonna
fun.
rock.
Everton, West Ham's Monday. Now, when do they? Do you know how the scheduling works there? Some days they started the season with Friday games. Now they're including Monday games.
We haven't seen a Friday game in like 2 or 3 weeks. I want to say.
I miss those
Yeah, no, those are
Friday
nice.
games. The Monday game might be nice too, but
We
because
got
they're
we
Yeah.
got
they're
one
3
next
o'clock
Friday.
Eastern. It's so nice when they're
Fulham,
those
Bournemouth.
times.
Yeah.
Something to watch.
I really like. I don't know if you mentioned it while I had technical difficulties, but I like the Villa Fulham game. I feel like Fulham is so close to a win every time.
I saw. I
And
was very excited for that. Yeah,
Villa, like they're just another team that's way too talented to keep performing like they're
Yeah.
performing.
they have 0 wins this year so far.
Yeah, I know it's insane. They're way
3
too good for
draws.
that. Tottenham play Wolves. Tottenham should win.
Tottenham should win.
Is it any surprise that Holland's leading in goals so far? He's
No,
already
he's
got
tapping
No,
6.
not at all. Not at
He's a
all.
merchant.
Tap in merchant.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. That's kind of fun because Margahey was like crying on the tarmac. He didn't go to Liverpool, so because Crystal
So is he
Palace kind
going
of
to
messed
sell
that
the
up.
game?
He's a defender. We'll see. I don't know. That could be fun. If there's like a effortless play by him, I would laugh pretty hard. Leeds United versus Bournemouth. I feel like that could be a game, but Bournemouth have just been playing so well this year that I don't see how they lose. I mean, Semenyo's so good. I saw that Manchester United are apparently trying to make him the number one target for January transfer window. That would be insane. He just signed an 8-year deal with Bournemouth, but crazier things have happened in European soccer for sure. There is no loyalty in this game.
Yes, especially in the Premier League.
When does the Champions League come back for games? I don't know if you knew, Donnie. I can easily look it up.
30th, next Tuesday.
What about the
Big
Champions
games
League?
next
So
Tuesday.
they probably skip. They probably skip every other week.
You see, next week, big games.
Yeah, well, you also have
Halifax
Carabao
already
Cup
next
going
week.
on and stuff. What are they next week?
Monaco, Man City next week.
Oh, Pogba.
Barca, PSG.
That'll be awesome.
Dortmund, Athletic Club. That'll be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Napoli Sporting's cool one too. Just because
Napoli Sporting is pretty cool.
in Italy.
Napoli
Juve, Villarreal.
Ooh. Juve should win. Tottenham beat them. Juve should win.
Yeah. Villarreal's playing good football right now, though.
Barcelona, PSG.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that one. I don't think I could be more excited for a game. I saw we had Carabao Cup fixtures recently. I mean, nothing too crazy to write home about. You know, they're all playing lower league teams, but Tottenham has already drawn Newcastle for round 2, so we'll see how that goes. I just thought that was kind of funny.
All right, what happened today in history, Blanca?
You want to do that, or you want to do a little MLB?
Ooh, I forgot we got MLB.
MLB.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one.
It is going to be. Let's make it a little faster than concluded next time, because next time playoffs
We'll have a playoff picture to
we'll
look
have a
at.
playoff preview. It's all about the postseason race right now. I mean, it's absolutely insane. You got comebacks that, like, let's start with over in the AL Central, Cleveland. July 15th, Cleveland was 14 and a half games out of the division. Detroit had it locked up for half of the year. Detroit, for about 184 days, Detroit was in first place in the division and were one of the best teams in baseball. And now it's all crumbled before them. Detroit won earlier today. So they're back tied for the division, but Cleveland owns that tiebreaker.
The
So right
Atlanta
now,
Braves say
Cleveland
you're
would be the
welcome.
3 seed, and Detroit would be the 6 seed right now in the playoffs, and they would meet each other.
And the
So
Stros
that's
won
very interesting.
today.
And the Astros now are 1 game out to these two who are tied for the other wild card spot.
Man,
I don't know who's getting that AL spot.
it's tough.
Teams that are clinched so far is Toronto, who would be the 1 seed right now, where they're tied with the Yankees. They own the tiebreaker. Seattle, and then the Cleveland and Boston, or the Cleveland and
I
Detroit,
gotta have
even
the Red
bunch of
Sox in
fourths.
it, man. I gotta watch the Yankees Red
Yeah.
Sox.
Boston's 87 and 72 right now. Houston's 85 and 74. They're 2 games up. Detroit's 1 game up. Texas was just eliminated. They were the closest team besides the Astros. So the AL wild card's gotten absolutely nuts these last couple. It's going to be exciting last couple games.
I think the Mets are gonna sneak it out.
See, and then you got the Mets. The Mets were fighting back and forth to NL East all year. They've
Sure hope
come
not.
to a these. It's been terrible for the Mets. It really has. They went on one streak when they were 1-10. They haven't hit well. They've come back. Now Cincinnati, they're playing the Cubs right now. Cincinnati's half game out. If they win this, they'll be 1 game out of the Mets. The Mets are up 8 right now
Yeah,
to the
barring a fun
Cubs.
bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
Yeah, to win this baseball game.
The problem with the Mets in the postseason is their starting pitching is absolutely just either
Garbage.
crippled with injuries or they sent Kodai Senga down to AAA. They've also brought up young arms, and these young arms have looked
Yeah.
good. You got sorry, I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head. Noah McLean. Noah McLean's looked good. Jonah Tong.
Mm-hmm.
And they need the bullpen to get Ryan Helsley when he got traded there, and the trade deadline has just struggled for the Mets overall.
I hate to see it.
And the Mets end in Miami. Their last series in Miami after going to Chicago. Cincinnati goes into Milwaukee. Now Milwaukee doesn't really have a lot to play for though, but despite the Reds by beating them and knocking them out of the playoffs.
I think that Milwaukee's going to want to play that game.
Lock out of division. So
There's a lot of storylines. And then even Arizona's 1.5 out. They lost today, but they lost to the Dodgers today. They're really not out of it either. It's going to be very tight races. Right now, it's all the top seeds are pretty locked. Milwaukee's the 1 seed. Philly's the 2 seed. They'll get the buys. But in the AL, Toronto and New York are fighting for that 1 seed in the AL.
Yeah.
So whoever fights that out gets the bye. New York ends with Baltimore at home. And Toronto's last series is Tampa Bay at home.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. It'd probably be easier for the Yankees.
yeah.
Yeah, you would think. I think
Well,
it
I
should
watched.
be.
I
They're
think
on a 5 game winning
and
streak
Baltimore
too.
just played, and Tampa just beat the crap.
Yeah, the Yankees also have the momentum coming into it. They're 8-2 in the last 10. The differential is the best in the AL too. It's plus a 154 differential. And you have Aaron Judge. When you have Aaron Judge, it makes it pretty easy.
Yeah, he helps.
Now, who would you? I don't know if you kept up with the race, but who would you
Yeah,
vote for today?
I would
If it
vote
was
for.
Cal Raleigh, the only catcher ever to have 60 home runs. He's has the most home runs for a switch hitter also and a catcher. He's making history. But
Yeah,
does
these are.
he beat Aaron Judge for the AL MVP?
Yeah, I knew all that stuff, and that's exactly why I'm picking Cal Riley. Just you've never seen it done from. I mean, a switch hitting catcher, first of all, is already sick, and you're telling me he's hitting 60 bombs and doing what we've never seen before. And I mean, he's not like the best defensive catcher, but I mean, he's pretty solid. Like he's calling the right pitches for that the absolute dominant rotation that they have. And yeah,
More
he's just making
valuable for the
history. It's hard for me not to
organization.
see it be Cal Raleigh.
What'd you say, Goose?
Who's more valuable for the team? You know,
Wow. I mean, both of them definitely. I
Both
think
got
I'd rather have. Uh, well, Judge is batting 330. The OPS is 1.140. I mean, if you
yeah, but
put it
you also
like that,
what's Cal Raleigh bet?
it's contributing to more wins for
Because you
their
also got to
team.
think like if Kyle Riley's batting like 270, 280, like he's a catcher. Like you have a catcher that's batting 270, 280 and hitting 60.
Cal Rowley's batting 248 with 60 home runs, 125
That's
RBIs.
250. So
They're
it's at
9.57 OPS.
so I would say around average modern day catcher batting average. He's just got 60 bomb. I mean, I'm
I think
sticking with
that's
Kyle Riley. I'm
you
sticking with
winning
Kyle Riley.
MVP because you hit 60 bombs.
He's also doing it in a pitcher stadium, and he's not
That's
doing the.
true.
He also doesn't play in Yankee Stadium.
That's true.
And to answer your question, the leaders in WAR this year wins above replacement. Goose. Aaron Judge is one with a 9.3 WAR. Two's Christopher Sanchez with a 7.7 WAR from the Phillies, and
Hard to beat that. It's hard to beat that, man.
Cal Raleigh's fifth though with a 7.2 WAR.
Catcher doing that's a big deal.
Catcher doing that's a big deal.
Big deal.
Also, I feel like Ward doesn't do catchers very well.
It's a really big deal. I think it's really impressive what Cal Raleigh's doing.
Best offensive catcher season ever.
Yeah.
I think
But
I'll
does
be
that
very
garner an
disappointed.
MVP? It's hard to like.
If you give Shohei Ohtani an MVP for doing stuff we've never seen before.
That's true. But then
I
again,
also don't want to have voter fatigue because obviously Aaron Judge
Hell
was
of voter
obviously the best
fatigue.
player. Yeah, he didn't hit as many home runs, but he was the best hitter and best player in the league all year. He's been batting 330 basically consistently
Yeah, and I'm a huge
all
batting
year.
average guy, and it's been incredible what he's done. But just I don't know. There's something
I
about
mean,
his
also any stat just favors Aaron Judge besides home runs and RBIs. Does he even have? Does he have more RBIs than him?
but he's at you could also
He
argue
doesn't. He
that
doesn't have
Kyle
more
Riley's on a
rings.
more important position in the field.
That's true. You can argue that. That's absolutely correct.
Second most important position on the field, right?
He's got a high WAR too. Cal Raleigh, Florida State.
yeah, if he's
Florida
top
State
five,
just produces them.
yeah,
Cal Raleigh
seriously.
does not lead the MLB in RBIs though. It goes to a guy named Kyle Schwarber.
Never heard of them.
Kyle Schwarber is 2 home runs away from
World
breaking the
Series
Philadelphia
champion.
Phillies all-time franchise record for home runs in a season. Ryan Howard's got
I was
58.
about to say that was Ryan Howard.
Tied up.
That NL MVP.
Yeah, Ryan Howard hit 58.06. He won the MVP that year.
Some other stuff happened in 06 to the Phillies.
06.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of the wrong year. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, that's on me.
Don't say yeah. It is.
No,
on
you're
you.
right. You're right.
Was
You're
it
right. You're right.
2008?
I think he's thinking of 09.
I'm
09?
thinking of whenever I can't remember who it was. If it was Doc or Cliff Lee that just got exploded there. I can't remember which
Definitely
one.
not 06 because they didn't play for
Yeah,
him. In
no,
it.
I realized after I said it's not 06. But yeah, no, that would be cool. Anytime anybody breaks a franchise record, I think that's always awesome. Yeah, shout out Kyle Schwarber. Been doing it
The
for
NL MVP looks like it's all Shohei right now because it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
going to be probably Shohei and Judge yet again.
Can we just like invent a award called like the Shohei Award that we can just give him and just be like, hey Shohei, here you go. Now we can have some fun
Or
and vote
just
for
the
the
Shohei Award to people doing things for the first time in a season. So it's like, oh,
or
Cal
just like
Raleigh,
best guy to
it's like
just
the
have the best
Presidential
two-way
Medal
player
of
award.
Freedom. You know,
They're never going to get voter fatigue from Shohei.
Yeah, it's like
Ohtani.
it's like when you get it's like a Kennedy Center honor
Yeah,
or something like
it's a
that.
Presidential Medal of Freedom where it's like, yeah, like you did something awesome, and like
It's like a Mark
we don't
Twain
want to forget
award.
it, and we want to honor it, but you weren't the MVP. It's like
Yeah.
that was awesome. You hit 60 home runs as a catcher, but we can't give you.
They
MVP.
should have like a
here's a nice
offensive
medal.
player of the year award for baseball.
Now, Barry Bonds has 7 MVPs. That's the most in MLB history. Shohei has 3 now. Does he I mean,
At
now
this
he's going to
rate,
have 4. He might have 4 if he continues
if
to
he
win
stays
this one.
healthy, there's no reason
Who's
why.
the
Like, if he does
odds
this
for
every
second?
year,
He's been doing this consistently 21, 23, 24. He's going to have a 3-time MVP winner,
So
and
pretty
he's going to
much
pitch next year.
every season he's
Who's
healthy, he's going to
second in
win
the odds
MVP.
for NL MVP?
Schwarber?
Kyle Schwarber.
Who's
It's
third?
basically a 2-man race, but with just Shohei. It was around
Yeah,
Juan
the
Soto.
two-man
Let me
race is
look at the
Shohei
odds
on
right
offense
now.
and Shohei on defense. But yeah, I mean,
The odds right now have it, Juan Soto's third, plus 8,000. Everyone else off the board.
remember how shitty we were talking about Juan
And
Soto
what?
to
Rookie of
start
the
the
year
season?
is
Rookie of
Cubs?
the year is you have your
It's between Drake Baldwin or
It's
your pitcher.
between the catcher Drake Baldwin for the Braves and Cade Horton for the
Yeah,
Cubs.
it's
Is
going to be
Ryan
Cade
Price.
Horton. He cleaned up. He ended the season really well.
Yeah, I could see it going to either. I wouldn't be mad either. I obviously want it to go to Drake because he's a Brave, but I mean, I could see why Horton would win it. I think what Drake has done while splitting minutes with Sean Murphy, however, he's not doing that recently because he got injured recently, but all those numbers were while splitting games with Sean Murphy. I think that should be taken into consideration, but I could see why Horton would.
He just solidified himself as a starting pitcher.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He came in there.
He 100%
And
did.
what is he? 10-4.
He's playing great
Yeah,
baseball.
he has a great win-loss record.
Right now for the National League Rookie of the Year, it was way closer 2 weeks ago. Now Cade Horton's minus 270 on FanDuel. Drake Baldwin's plus
He's also on a winning
190.
baseball team, so that might help.
Yeah, we win baseball games.
Yeah, he's on a winning baseball team.
The Cy Young races are pretty much locked up. It's basically Skeens won the NL Cy Young, and Tariq Skubal looks like he's going to win the AL Cy Young. So
Skubal might have
all
been his just freest future bet
and
Is he
ever.
just Verlander
Cal
2.0?
Raleigh is minus 210 on FanDuel, and Aaron Judge is plus 155. So we still have some races going on.
Yeah, Screwball's literally just Verlander 2.0.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. He really is. And it's exciting. He's going to be the last series of the week or the year. And then we got the postseason, one of the best times in sports. That would be playoffs. It's so exciting. Mets just beat the Cubs.
Yeah.
What else
So
happened?
the Mets are still one game.
College basketball.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We got NHL, NBA. They're in preseason
You're
right
too
now.
early
Just
for
throw
that.
that out there.
You can't say college basketball yet. 2 more weeks, then you can start talking.
We got preseasons for NHL and NBA. But yeah, this is the time where the fall's just beginning. You got primetime NFL. You got the MLB swinging around to the postseason. The air starts feeling a little different. The leaves start falling. It's pretty beautiful.
It's a great time of year. I'm really excited. I'm most
Do you have any
excited.
Cubs notes, Goose? Any notes on the Cubs?
I'm just excited to have some home playoff ball in like a mecca of the sport.
Yeah,
It'll be
Well,
fun
if
to
you're a
watch.
baseball fan, you're gonna be excited to.
it'll be fun to get Fenway Park some playoff games and Wrigley some playoff games. If only PNC gets some playoff games, they can
Yeah,
get the 3 best stadiums.
truly.
PMC.
The
I don't want
PBC
to.
is the best atmosphere for a
I'll say
playoff
I'm
game.
worried about the Cubs because I know it's just the end of the season. We already clinched. It's hard to. I mean, Shoto didn't look that good tonight. I think he went like 6 innings, 5.5, something like that. But if the Cubs don't, the Cubs just. I'm not worried about that. I think
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you clinched. You're
they
fine.
just got to hit playoff form. But yeah, I don't really have anything about the Cubs right now.
Just
Probably
excited for the
next year.
postseason. Just excited for playoff
Just
games.
excited
in
to
Wrigley.
watch like a playoff game in Wrigley. Like there's something just so iconic about that stadium.
If we could get like a Brewers Cubs matchup in Wrigley,
I don't want a Brewers Cubs matchup. I don't want to do that. I'm
I
terrified
know.
of the Brewers.
I know, but it would just be electric.
Where'd Blanca go? Did
I
his
don't know.
phone die?
I think his phone might have died. I'm not sure. I texted him.
Dang, we needed his today in sports to wrap
I
it
know. I
up.
wanted to see in
Let me
sports.
look up what happened today in sports.
Yeah, quick impromptu today in sports. Here, you get one. Here, you do one. I'll do one. You go first.
Well, I'm all right. 1882. The first doubleheader in Major League history was played between Worcester and Providence.
Whoa, that's pretty sweet. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. Let me get him in. Oh, he's in.
I would love to hear what Blanca had because I
We were
can't
just
find a
talking
lot of
what's
good
going
stats.
on in history.
1926 NHL grants franchises to
I'm
Chicago
so excited
Blackhawks.
for this.
Yeah,
I
I have
love
Chicago
these little
Blackhawks and
things,
Detroit
but let's
Red
start
Wings
off.
were granted franchises today. That was
So
my
actually,
quick.
so you were looking up today. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me? You were
Yep.
looking up today.
Yeah.
I actually did the day after when we put the pod out. So I'm doing September 26th.
Oh yeah, you're smart. You're smart. You're smart.
So
Pod
1961,
brain.
New
So what
York Yankees
happened?
outfielder Roger Clemens Roger Maris, sorry, hits his 60th home run off Jack Fisher, tying Babe Ruth's record in 1961. That was a big deal. That was a massive
Wow,
deal.
makes me think of that great movie,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
HBO original 61.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Now
Good
I
one.
got a really fun one for the time of year we're getting to. In 1999, in September 26th, the Ryder Cup was a historic event in Brookline, Massachusetts. The United States achieved the greatest comeback in Ryder Cup history, defeating Europe 14.5 to 13.5. But the big story that day was how intense the crowd was and how they were
Mhm.
really going at Europe
Hell yeah.
very intensely. And it was like it got a
It
lot of heat in the
changed. It
golf.
changed
Yeah.
golf. It that like so there was a winning putt um, in that Ryder Cup that essentially changed the way golf is celebrated and how like.
Justin Leonard.
And he
Justin
nails
Leonard
this
Was
hit the
putt.
he
putter.
the first guy to do like the?
He was. It really feels like he was the first guy to do like a loud, ostentatious celebration that kind of made the Ryder Cup feel different
I'm
than
sure the
normal
I'm
golf
sure the
tournament.
Brits and Europeans hated that, and
Yeah,
They
that's what makes
hated
me
it.
love it so
They were
much.
so mad about it. Justin Leonard was also my old man's favorite golfer back in the day, besides Phil.
Justin Leonard is like a 4-time Texas Open winner, and they got like a little plaque of him at the old Texas Open course here.
I thought that
Pretty
was
sweet.
cool just because the year that we're going on. And then also
Yeah,
another
that's a
one
great.
was in 2021. The United States regained the title, beating Team Europe by a record of 19-9. Just Dust Johnson was undefeated.
Where was that, Congo?
It was in Whistling Straits, Haven, Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. That's where Jordan Spieth hit an awesome shot. Forgot about that. That's awesome.
So those are the today and
Well, I'm even more stoked for the Ryder Cup.
yeah, Ryder
Y'all
Cup's
got
gonna be.
any more points to talk about, or we just ready to get to the weekend?
I think we're
I think
just
we're
ready
ready
to
to
get to
get
the
to the
weekend and
weekend.
consume some ball.
Yeah, let's consume some.
Yeah,
of
we've
Sweet.
had a
them
long one
before.
today.
I'll see y'all next week then.
I'll see you. Peace.